joined by the one and only Noob Snacks.
Justice.
Hello, Noob Snacks. Are you ready?
Dude, I'm so excited.
Day
In an
three,
arena,
day
you can hear the crowd
three.
just almost overwhelming us already. I know the people at home are tuned in, ready to go. We got Zeta Division, we got Peru, and a little bit of a flashback of the salty runbacks here from the AOS Cup 2 years ago.
That's right. These teams have met before in an international competition, but never with so much on the line. Both of them with their first opportunity to become a world champion. Now, Japan as a region did this last year in dramatic fashion. It's a different team, a different squad. That was Fennel, and it looked amazing. But now Zeta has their opportunity to take the crown. But in front of them, Peru, who has already beat them once in a moment like this.
And they just came off of a huge win against their arch nemesis, Luminosity Gaming, a team that has had their number all season long. Peru taking them to the limit, dragging them to the deep waters, winning in Game 5 of that best-of-5 semifinals from last night to punch their ticket to be here in the arena today, standing in front of them from the first LATAM World Championship in Pokemon Unite is, of course, Zeta Division.
Watching some worlds.
Such an incredible team. I think a lot of us had our eyes on
vibes.
them as the absolute best out of Japan, and we were not wrong. Making their way through our single elimination bracket yesterday without dropping a single match. Now, Peru is a different story. Peru ran into what a lot of people expected
And
to
if
be here
anyone
today.
wants to join up and watch it with me,
took them to game number 5 last night, all the way to that final match.
You're up very early on, like,
against a team that's had their number all season. Now
I just don't stream early.
one giant, can they do it again?
That's it.
We're
That's
going to
really
have
all
to
it is.
find
I just
out
don't
here
stream
because
early.
it is one best-of-5 that separates one of these teams again from that coveted Pikachu trophy, the first place finisher, the world champion here in 2025, home of the world's largest marble, Anaheim, California.
It's going to be amazing. This is the highest level of Pokemon Unite competition.
I was thinking of streaming earlier, but I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna start it when
Zeta has been grinding
final
for
starts.
years. Peru
Good
has
morning.
been grinding
Good
for years.
morning.
Both of them coming up short in international competitions multiple times. Peru taking home some international titles.
What you doing
Zeta
here? You're here
so
early.
Close at ACL,
You don't
but
usually
not
be
able
here
to
this
take it
early.
down. And now both of them in peak form here in the arena.
We have to look at these two teams, and something that they definitely
I ain't never seen the Unite Worlds before.
Get it together.
They
World
have it.
Championships, baby. Get it together. One of these things that these teams definitely have is they have stuck together, and they have tempered and weathered these storms that you're talking about over these 2 years to get themselves into this position, into this, like you said, tip-top fighting shape, to get to the finish line.
YouTube
Which
videos.
team is going to be able to cross it
You
first?
still you watch my videos?
Now, I
for
know a
real?
lot of you are joining us because we are on the main Pokemon channel today.
I know
Unite
that.
is
That's
often
cool.
on our Pokemon Unite Twitch channel. So we have a lot of new folks who are going to be checking out the competition. We will be walking you through it. If there's anything that is confusing, get ready because you will not see better esports action here on Championship Sunday. And I'm sure they don't want me to say that.
But we already did. Log it, book it, ship it. Okay. Tell me a little bit about Zeta Division and their run this weekend.
The thing that is impressive about Zeta
why
is
wouldn't
they had
I?
a
It's always
tough day
fun.
one. Kind of a real
I
rocky day one,
always
running
just
into amazing squads. But then
overthink
day
it,
two,
you know?
rising
I
like a
forget that,
phoenix,
that,
destroying
like,
every team in front of them. It
people
felt
like you
with
watch my
ease as they made
videos,
their
you
way
know?
to the grand
I
finals
tend to
with a
forget that.
3-0 sweep.
Flawless win, right? 2-0 in our top 16, 2-0 in our quarterfinals, 3-0 in our semifinals, so they are definitely on one. However, Peru Unite also finding themselves in this position,
I can't believe
having
Peru
a bit
just
more of a
fucking
tumultuous
robbed
time, but still
North
finding
America
their way
yesterday.
to come out on top.
Yeah,
North
that's
America
the
was
interesting story between these two squads.
2-1 and they lost 3-2. That shit was so crazy.
And now they're going to run into each other. And in a few moments here, we're going to be heading to our first draft here of our grand finals. What's going to happen is both of these teams are going to choose Pokemon that are banned out for the match that no one can pick. And then we're going to go back and forth as they fill out their roster of 5. If one player picks up something like Charizard on one side, it means the other team cannot grab it on another. You will not see 2 of the same Pokemon in the same match.
Let's talk about some of these players for these teams and what to expect. I'm going to highlight Peru Unite and the two players that I've been talking about for the last 2 years, Kea and Draken, the support core here for Peru. The tank and support player, respectively, for this squad does nothing but cover the CYA for everyone else on the team, so Tempo Anemo can go deep in these engagements. What do we got on Zeta Division's side?
Zeta Division has so many amazing star players. I have to
crazy
shout out
to
Tomato
think that,
here
like,
for
first
a moment.
place,
you will recognize him by his bright
the
red
team wins
hair.
100
What
down.
an incredible player, an absolute superstar
Like, I still
playmaker.
forget
And
that this
something you
game
and I
got
love
money
to
in
shine
it,
a light on
low-key.
are these playmaker players in the defender and support roles, because it's the reason that you see players like Vitopo, one of the amazing Zoroark players on Zeta Division, able to carry and make so many huge plays, is because they have a whole team backing them up. If your carries are your lead singers, we've got, you know, percussion, we've got the bass, we've got a lot going on behind them to make sure that they can shine.
Yeah, you know, to support like a player like Vitopo, you have Wajiro, who is the captain of this team and also their support player, and you have kind of the wily upstart here in Tomi, who has had an electric day, and some people contend that their final set yesterday in the semifinals was their best performance of the tournament so far, and finally looks like they have transcended to join the high-level skill that the rest of the team is littered with, kind of peaking at the right time.
One thing that you'll notice between these two squads is a
for real gotta remember that people that play Unite
right? There are power
either
picks that each
dizzy
one of them
old or just
desperately would like to
teenagers.
bring into the match.
Fuck
and
you,
of course,
we
the other
dizzy
team would
old.
love it if they could take that away. Peru last night
You
running
know what?
into Luminosity.
You know what? You
Scyther,
got a
such
point.
a powerful pick that
I'm
these
turning
teams were
26, I'm
fighting
pushing
over it,
30.
Where a lot of teams would not even
You
consider
got a
drafting
fucking
this
point.
Pokemon. And then you look at a team like Zeta Division, who has the Zoroark Comfey combo, this amazing speed and power from Zoroark, while at the same time the staying power that
You got your
get
own
having a
category for
support
real.
wrapped around your neck.
Whoa,
Yeah,
whoa,
exactly,
whoa,
right? It's like
whoa,
jumping
whoa.
out of a plane, and then there's
Whoa.
just that comfy parachute that you
You
can
know
pull the
that-
ripcord on whenever you're ready.
Own category
And
is
We saw a
crazy.
team like High Five get a draft in which they chose all of the counters that you could possibly
We got these
dream
two
for
fucking dupe
against
stacks
that
and
combination of
Spriggles.
Zoroark, Comfey.
I
And it
know
wasn't enough.
Spriggles is in his
Vitopo and
early,
Wajiro
like early to
together
mid
still
30s. I know
took
he
over
is.
that game
I can't tell. I
easily.
think Doob is somewhere
you do
similar.
have to wonder if Peru is going to allow Zeta to play their game and attempt to counter it,
Like, they're
or if we're
both
going to see
in
a
their
lot of
30s,
that
I
counter
think.
happen in our draft screen. It does feel like many games are won and lost before they have even started because a team outmaneuvers them on that draft screen, takes away some of their picks through a ban, also able to pick away some of their Pokemon. If you have a player who has Zoroark on your team, I would absolutely steal it away from a team like Zeta Division. Same thing with Peru. I would be looking to take something like Scyther and pull it away.
Yeah, I mean, but then there's other Pokemon that have shined incredibly well in the face of things like Scyther, even Zoroark, that's kind of having a resurgence this weekend and is going to be great in the hands of either Tomato or Draken, and that's Crustle of all Pokemon that's really having kind of a shine up and a glow up here at the World Championships.
There are so
First
many
words of the
Pokemon
day
coming
is
into
damn
this weekend
Unk.
that haven't
Like,
been
what the
staples throughout
fuck?
the entire season that are absolutely dominating. We have Ho-Oh on a legendary run. This thing is amazing right now with
Do they
the
play
Unite
Champs
move
on Switch
that
or
is able
phone?
to
I personally couldn't do
revive
it on
members of
Switch.
your
Do they play on
teams in
both?
some of those big
They just cater
We have
to however the
Charizard,
player
who
usually
recently got
plays.
some massive buffs, always on the periphery of the meta, but now finally picked in some of these big matches. And it's a great answer to something like Zoroark that wants to get in and get out of a fight. Charizard able to pick it up, slam it down into the ground of Thea Sky Ruins and try to take it out before it can really start.
But not the end all be all, right? Because like we said, we saw High Five have a Charizard,
And they got
it
beat
didn't
the
really
fuck this year.
deliver on
Yeah.
that
And they got
exact
washed.
strategy that you just broke
And they
down.
got fucking
However,
robbed.
The day before, we saw
And they got
it work
robbed this year.
flawlessly, against
motherfuckers was
Vitopo
up.
and Wajiro specifically.
They was up 2-1 on Peru
Charizard
and
is
got beat
definitely a
3-2.
strategy that needs to
They
remain
threw so
on
bad.
the board to be selected, but don't
And it's
let
such a
it be
washed
false
region
sense
right
of
now.
security. You need to do the work
Then again,
around
it's
it
been
to
a
make that
wash
function.
region for
One
like,
thing is
what,
for
3
sure,
years
there are
now?
counters to strategies, and then they're just shutting them out completely and not allowing them to pick
Wait,
some
no,
of these
2 years, because
Pokemon, trying to see
LG
what
won
other
twice.
looks Zeta has
I
that they
forgot,
wanna
LG
run.
won the first
With
two.
some of the amazing games that we saw from them yesterday, I think it would be a mistake to hand them the Zoroark Comfey combo. But if you do it in one game and they dominate with it like they have many times, I think you need to switch.
And this would have been the craziest season too. This would have been the craziest season for Pro Unite if LG won Worlds this year.
Yeah, they got kind of the break speed off of them, to be quite honest. They had all the tools, like I said, in that first game that you could have wished for. The second game, they got some of them, not all. They still felt confident about shutting it down, and guess what? They were still completely ran through. So that's why I'm saying, yes, it's good to have these strategies. It's good to understand how these matchups work on paper, but in execution, you need to deliver as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And there are teams that can draft the exact same squad, of course, as Zeta Division or Peru, and not do anywhere near as well as them. Some of these players are so unbelievably skilled on these Pokemon that things aren't.
I dead ass thought we was going to start the games by now. They said it started at 12 o'clock, and nigga, it's damn near 12:20. Where the games at, man? Where the games at?
This is not by any means a
what's
top
up
meta
the
Pokemon
setup?
for almost any
taking so
team in the
long
world.
for?
However, for Peru, it's devastating. I could imagine a world where Zeta just bans it outright and doesn't let them play it.
You know, I kind of like the aspect of a targeted ban and then a decent global ban to take just the power level Pokemons out of the equation. So maybe we see like Scizor / Scyther, right, banned by one side, Zoroark banned by the other, and let's say, okay, let's play a little bit more heads up. Maybe then you ban Ho-Oh, Suicune, which are incredibly powerful,
LGBT didn't
and
win
then everybody
Worlds
has
this year.
to play more of a heads up game with less of their
No,
priority,
they did not.
kind of tricks up the sleeve picks that they like
They
to
did
use.
not win
Yeah,
this
there's
year.
definitely a question there, right? I mean, what are you
Y'all
banning
in
out?
your
Are you banning out things
unhinged
that
ass
everyone
com-
agrees
I
are
swear it's every
powerful, or are you
stream.
taking away
Somebody's fucking
specific
unhinged.
tools from your
At
opponent
least a little
in
bit.
this draft? We're going to find out very soon. There also is that first game, right, where you're kind of feeling your opponents out. This is a best of 5, Dubesnack. So these teams have time to adjust, but once that snowball starts rolling downhill, it can be very scary if you drop a game and then another game and you're just one away from this world championship slipping through your fingers. So you could come out strong, you come out with a strategy your opponents might not expect, but that first game often feels like we're getting a bit of a vibe check between these two squads.
Yeah, exactly. Peru Unite, specifically yesterday, overcame the thing that you just talked about. They took that first game loss, and it looked pretty bad in that second game as well against Luminosity. They kept their composure. They developed an execution plan of how they could drag themselves back into the game. It
Let me see. What were the two
All of a
teams
sudden,
last
we
year
find
that
the
made it to
match
finals?
squared up
Let me look this
1-1.
up.
The momentum has died, and now we're back at parity, and then Peru took control.
It really speaks to how powerful of a squad Peru is.
Yes.
Most teams, when they start losing, they keep losing. It's rare that a team turns it around. It's rare that a team starts picking apart their opponents. Now, Zeta Division has an interesting run in that they have dominated teams and had games that were so one-sided, it was kind of unbelievable, taking teams like Luminosity to one of the worst
It was Japan
performances
versus
we have
Korea
ever seen
last year.
at ACL. However, they also seem
deadass thought it
to
was
have
Peru.
moments where
It was
after
Korea
a
last
massive
year.
game like that, they start to get exposed a little bit. You see them win a game and then lose 2 in a row. It's very scary for Zeta Division. Even if they have that great start, they need to keep that momentum
Who won?
somehow.
Japan.
And it has been something that's plagued
Japan
them this
won
season.
last year.
Let me tell you a little story about Peru Unite and Zeta Division. 2 years ago, AOS Cup, EUYC. These teams squared off, okay? You want to talk about maintaining composure in rough situations. Peru Unite won those grand finals 3-1, losing Rayquaza 3 times
I know my
over
Japanese
4
dudes
games.
could do it.
This team
I ain't
is
gonna hold
dialed
you.
in, and they don't let
Japan
moments
washed
really
them last
frazzle
year.
them. They
Japan
stay
fucking
focused on
washed
what
them. It
their
was like- it
strategies
was
are,
3-0.
And they always follow through on whatever plan the
What do you
team
get?
develops.
What do you get
Whether
for
that's the
winning
right
anyway?
One or wrong one, at the very least,
First
they are on the
place
exact
gets
same page.
$20,000.
So,
Gets
Zeta Division
$100,000.
used to say, if you grab the Ray, there's a way. Well, not necessarily
If you win the whole
against
thing for
Peru,
Worlds, your team
because
gets
they
$100,000.
have shown in the past that is not the end-all be-all here in Pokemon Unite.
Yeah, they play such an aggressive style that they've had many moments like you've talked about where their opponents have taken the most powerful objective in the
Trash,
game.
I want Diva teas and a mocha latte.
At the 2-minute mark. And they're able
I mean,
to then KO
if that-
the entire
if that
opposing team in these big fights.
stops you
Almost
from-
knowing that they don't have the secure for Rayquaza, but what they do have the secure
Getting
for
people
are
with
those
y'all know
big
boba teas and a
knockouts.
mocha latte
Again,
costs
Zeta Zeta's run into this
$100,000.
before, and they were not able to take them
fucking
down. I do remember when Zeta and Peru went at it, it was
a gold
a real
infused
question
boba
mark
tea.
as to who was going to come on top. Zeta at that time felt like the most coordinated team that we had seen, working in unison with these moments where they would all fire their most powerful moves at a target at once to secure objectives. They were absolutely
the winning team gets $100,000 USD.
Become more aggressive in the enemy central area. They become more aggressive with some of these team fights, where before it almost felt like their opponents were an annoyance that they had to deal with while they moved around the map taking
I'd rather be Boba-less. I'd rather be Boba-less for $100,000.
It was kind of like an if this then that type approach to the game, using Dragonite specifically at that moment in time with the big hyper beam to get the secure on Rayquaza and leverage that to win the game. Right? We would actually hear them like set up a go, and everybody would fire their moves to get that win. But they are a much different team now, and Peru needs to recognize that.
Yes, they absolutely do. This is going to be a different squad than the squad who wanted to secure objectives and not fight. They absolutely want to get in there and start fighting their opponents the entire time. They have just been taking down so many top teams.
There we go. It's time. It's time.
Division Peru, our
sometimes it's about the balls in your mouth, not the money. I don't know about that one. That ain't for me. I'm for the money. I can't speak on the other part.
They take the Comfey away. I think this is absolutely the right strategy, but it allows Zeta to pick up Suicune, this unbelievably powerful all-rounder that's played more like a support.
Well, more like it is a support, right? We've almost seen it exclusively carry the experience share. You're going to see the light bulb over its head going into this game. It's so powerful. But now, Charizard is on the table, which is part of the strategy that you cobble together when you're trying to combat the strength of like Vitopo's Zoroark. They go Snorlax, Charizard, Draken, no stranger to that one.
Yeah, this is a great pickup for them. Snorlax is one of those defenders that just
I know your vote. What do you mean take a guess?
Always picked, always amazing. On the other side, more strong picks. The support core here getting lined up. We have the Blissey that's going to allow their team to have some of those deep engagements, even if they don't have the Comfey. And Leafeon, the fastest Pokemon really in the game. It's a speedster. And many of our speedsters are quick, able to do a lot of damage, but Leafeon gets online before all of them at level 4. It can put so much pressure on your opponents.
It's supposed to be like a gender reveal.
Pokemon, you can take over the game.
Yeah,
what has it
as well going to be a great facilitator for Leafeon in this moment. Tempo, Zainu's locking in Clefable, Zacian also having a great weekend here. Clefable's healing unmatched, absolutely unparalleled from these support Pokemon.
Yeah, Clefable is one of those picks that I feel like North America has been sleeping on quite a bit, but worldwide this thing is an incredible choice. As we head over to Zeta Division, Garchomp in the gutter.
I have an idea for a prank. What's the idea?
We haven't seen a ton of Garchomp this weekend. As you can see on your screen, a 9% pick rate for this Pokemon. But in the hands of a great player, Garchomp's still very strong.
What the fuck are we doing?
Over here, going to run the Absol, another very powerful speedster, focusing on critical hits, able to do an absurd amount of damage in a single burst.
Yeah, I'm taking a look. Zeta Division's going to have to buy a lot of time here for Tomei to get online with Garchomp. We saw yesterday in the semifinals, when their Garchomp is online, that Dragon Rush, Dragon combo can take over the game straight into a Unite move. How is Peru going to smother the early game for Zeta Division to make sure that they can get their characters like Absol, Charizard ahead and online to make sure that the rest of the stuff sorts itself out on the back end?
Yeah, you can see both sides have this late game scaling Pokemon in Garchomp and Charizard. They need level 9 for their Unite moves so that they can really get powerful here, as we are all set to go here for game number 1. Our team's loading into this match. You can feel the excitement here in
this thing is full.
This is insane.
I wouldn't pick Absol.
Absolutely insane. This packed house
if money's on the line, but I guess they would.
Game number 1 of our grand finals. You can see our battleground here. Thea Sky Ruins.
Say the thing, Spraggles, as we get into this game.
All right, here we go, everyone. Zeta Division, your purple team. We have Peru Unite, your orange team. The first game here of our grand finals is underway.
Let's get after it, brother. Tomato and Rom, two very strong early game Pokemon going into the bot path. Zainuz and Draken gonna have to contend a little bit here, and they're already taking
I don't trust it though. That's 100K. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm not picking some bullshit with 100 bands on the line. Hell nah. Hell nah. Yo, what up, my nigga? Welcome back, Gango.
What Zeta is trying to do here by putting the
I would never in my life put 100 bands on the line like this.
Central area, but Tempo taking it down for the KO.
You know what? They probably thought that the Charmander was going to be in the central area. Oh, huge push. Immediately going for the knockout here, and the Suicune sorts out the Snorlax. Bang! That's a two-piece for Zeta Division.
Amazing stuff there from Zeta, stopping the Absol from picking up a KO, and you can see the power of that Leafeon getting stronger than any other Pokemon faster, using this to take down their opponents, and now they should be getting the lion's share of this experience between these two goal zones.
Tons of pressure being put on. You wanted to see how these two teams were going to square up early, and they want to fight. Cowboy Tempo moving forward.
Whoa, what the fuck was that?
As Peru gets
what the fuck was that?
Vatopo's low, but it's then Peru that goes down.
You were wondering how these teams were going to square up, what the vibe check was going to be at the start of this match. Well, they are scrapping immediately here on Thea Sky Ruins. More points into this goal.
100K get on Suicune. I'm saying it's 100 bands on the line. That was 100 bands on the line, and they threw.
Zeta Division in control, ahead in this fight. Great stuff from Peru in the top path, but Zeta dominating the bottom path. And here they come for the fight around the Swablu Altaria, and it looks like Peru can't even contest it.
No, Tempo's down, not certainly for a 4v1 as they immediately jump to their central, just getting inventory who's where. But this allows the opportunity to stack right back on top of the Suicune. The pressure is on. We're trying to freeze them. Draken with a big heavy slam.
Yes, he can.
Is out. Draken goes down to try and afford the opportunity for the rest of Peru to get out.
If the prank was for you to sound like a grown-ass man, then yes, it worked.
Get that goal zone closed out.
Look at that, Dubes next. What an aggressive play, taking that goal zone so early, even before the birds have spawned between these two paths at 7 minutes 20 seconds. This is going to give Peru some experience in their bottom path that's open for them, and they desperately need it right now. They are behind Zeta, and it's important to note, Zeta won that fight without even expending their Leafeon Unite move. They still have it available, that Emerald two-step that can do insane burst damage.
I'm still like,
set up, or they can set up a nice little trap.
Always caught off guard whenever someone plays Metal Claws out.
Good experience getting gathered by Peru as Rom is figuring out.
I don't know why it doesn't register to me that shit was valid, you know.
Regieleki is at half. Rom steps up. They're getting sussed out and eyed down. Regieleki goes straight in. Was Zero, the captain, stepping up for the squad. And Regieleki's flying to the face of Peru.
Stolen!
In a heartbeat.
Zeta Division absolutely controlling this match here as they are moving towards this goal zone, but Peru somehow able to secure in the bottom path thanks to that
Dizzy, do you know where you get the Ohio Onichan sound?
What? Peru didn't get the top path, and Zeta didn't get the bottom path objective.
The Regieleki did hit, not enough Aos energy in pocket for them to close it out, but Tomy comes back through and gets knocked out by Anemo, who's putting central area pressure back the other way.
Absol might be an answer. What the fuck?
To get out, just recalling in the central area of Zeta Division.
But then again, it's Absol versus Garchomp. Let me not say that. Let me not say that.
It's unbelievable how they have saved their team with them so far, and interesting to see Heavy Slam Yawn, a build that you don't often see.
Ron take a ton of damage. Mewtwo is out. Draken with another big Heavy Slam. No Yawn follow-up there, but Mewtwo has gone Mega. Zainuz looking for a target. They want the Suicune. Bang! Seismic toss. Solar Slam from the sky by the Charizard as they're just starting to burn down everybody else. Blitz assistance for the save. Heavy Slam back over. Peru wants this fight now. They're going to keep pushing. Back over the wall is the Mewtwo Y, somehow still standing, and Wajiro catches the receipt.
Oh my goodness.
Tempo gets eviscerated by the
Oh my goodness.
Tempo keeps pushing forward.
Garchomp is bad, right?
Retreats.
I think so.
Pulling back here after a good fight, but they were trading both ways throughout that.
I think a good Garchomp can catch you off guard.
They could have tried to take down multiple members of Zeta right there, but instead
I think you could work around
for
it.
this next objective.
I'm seeing people run this thing, and I'm like, what the fuck?
We have one of the three
I guess it's good for like teams and shit.
Their team a team-wide buff. I want you to
Maybe
notice,
I'm dumb.
Next, this goal zone
Maybe I just don't see the vision.
Had only 4 points left in it. That was very
Hi, Grams. I'm double watching your streams.
Not want to break this goal zone early and open up more safe experience
I
for the
see.
side of Peru when the wild Pokemon spawn in the top half after that goal is gone. Peru now going for the Regieleki right here, and in fact, putting no pressure
Gramps
on
is
the
crazy,
bottom half.
by the way.
We have all of the members here top.
Ships passing in the night. Basement Reggie to Zeta. Regieleki to
better break
Peru.
that shit.
And that thing's going to walk in, and they're going to look to close this goal zone out. As Draken's going to wither it down and go for a big overdump.
Yeah, and what you can see here is just trying to score as much as possible before these 40 points go in, as well as leaving this up as long as possible so that they don't open up experience for their opponents.
I ain't
an interesting fight, possibly breaking out
30 is not a fucking, is not a grandpa. Yeah, it's not a grandpa. And I still got like
wild. The shield on block
give or
is so
take
massive right
4
now
years until I'm 30. Like
they got too far deep. Boom, Mewtwo Y Unite and the Garchomp Unite is going to find themselves a knockout. Zainu's
I thought a hunchback and a double-decker chain is not there. It's definitely not. It's definitely not there.
They finally get knocked out by Tommy, who's able to survive. We've got a back cap of 42
whatever,
here to
it's
try and bring
okay,
this
whatever
scoreboard
you
to
say.
parity.
I love this play.
Y'all call me Unk. If there's anything, I'll give that. You all call me Unk. You call me okay, cool. Grandpa.
Exactly where they were.
Grandpa.
Back to base in time. 225
Nigga,
to
what?
175. And the first match has felt breathless, Dubes. Next, these teams fighting the entire time. About a minute and a half until Rayquaza hits the map. And
4 years is crazy. Do you have a 401k?
This match, Zeta Division
I do. My job actually forced everyone to make one. So
Yeah, now they're taking some of the lane farm that's supposed to be
I think that's one of the cooler things about my job. I probably wouldn't have done it.
Go big engagement on
Gramps telling some story. You talking about Gramps?
With the fire blast trying
Man, fuck out of here with that. Fuck out of here with that.
And here we have Zacian possibly looking for a fight here. Charizard does get the Leafeon, which is a huge pick.
Oh, you used to beat your wife for food. That's
down. And they go down.
Draken on the retreat. They get frozen a little bit. Tommy goes straight in. Kaya has been isolated. Moonlight is there. They can't save Draken. And the Mega Mewtwo Y sorting out another Pokemon.
Mewtwo Y having an unbelievable start to the day. I mean, keeping up level-wise with the central area Pokemon and dominating some of these big fights. Massive damage from it. And right now, they would love to get some auto attacks onto the side of Peru so they could charge up that Mega Gauge, go Mega as soon as this fight kicks off. It's going to be a little tough if they can't, right?
Y'all be moving like I got sandals signed by Jesus. Like what the fuck is going on here?
The side of Peru, as Peru is sneaking through the tall grass in the top here. This fight could be the last fight of our first match as they make their way up through the tall grass, looking for some experience here, just trying to get ahead somehow against Zeta and deciding when they're going to fight. They're behind on the scoreboard, so Peru is the team that needs to make a play. If they just let the clock tick down, Zeta takes this match.
People begging for women to hit them. How the tables have turned.
The question is, can Zeta
also, Dizzy, your birthday's coming up. I think Mitch's birthday is coming up. Mitch's birthday is coming up in
for their moment to start
about
this
They're trying to get some
2.5
information,
weeks.
find out where Peru is. They have not found out where that Leafeon is, and that's keeping them from engaging.
Yeah, that's what they're looking for here. Someone.
Yeah, mine comes up in December.
They can get a heavy slam into a yawn on multiple members. They might take the fight there. They obviously don't want to fight into Suicune when that whirlpool's around because they can be frozen.
Okay, they know where Vitopo is now because the Razor Leaf just coming out.
They find Vitopo. They're moving forward. Here's the heavy slam.
Heavy slam in engagement. Moving forward, going for the freeze. Over the top is Tempo on the chase here. Blitz Assistance almost goes for the save, and the pressure's on. Tempo is absolutely eviscerated. Big Garchomp unites. Vitopo still carrying that Bliss Assistance. They're looking for a new target. Power Nap doesn't bind everybody. Then it's the Rayquaza taken by Peru.
Oh shit! Peru took the first one.
Peru is taking it. They're moving to score here in game one.
Rom trying to stop Charizard, but it won't happen. However, multiple members of Zeta now running towards the side of Peru. Tomato looking to score 50 in the top
Charizard.
path, as we have Garchomp going to score 50 in the bottom path. Now they are up 359, 413, 513.
Oh wow! Never mind. Japan got this shit.
Gone. No shield.
Japan got this shit.
Zeta Division doesn't get Ray, but they take game number one. It looks like they learned a lot from the last time these two teams win against each other.
I was just about to say they are taking a page from Peru's book, not worrying about Ray and doing it the other way. Raw scores.
Jesus.
There you have it.
I'd be so tight.
For Zeta.
Beat on the receiving end or some shit like that, I'd be fucking tight. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie.
I love the call from Peru to go for Rayquaza.
Nah, I ain't gonna hold you though. I ain't gonna hold you though. Yesterday, day 2, Peru did some bullshit against NA. They beat NA's ass, and then North America knew that they wasn't gonna win, so Peru didn't even do nothing. North America didn't leave their stage, and all of Peru just stood in the middle of the stage like they were posting a picture with their Pokemon and shit. It was actually ridiculous.
Big
It was the most BM shit I ever seen in my life.
You know, we talked about this
on the world fucking stage. That was BM as hell.
Early. It's tough for a team to come back, and that is exactly what we saw from Zeta Division here, taking big fights in the bottom path, Anemo barely making it out right there, and Mewtwo actually being a huge factor here, doing so much damage throughout this match.
Yeah, a lot of resources going into Rom as well, right? We saw multiple Bliss assistants going to them, and at the end of the game, we finally saw Vitopo pick up that big Bliss assistance as well. Power Nap quickly secured. Just the Snorlax left standing. Their shield is gone. Draken's beat up. Knows he can't stop Signage to score. But look at this. The rest of the team's peeling.
Yeah, they were able to KO enough members of Peru that this single Rayquaza shield was just not enough to make
I got cooked last time we played.
MVP from that match, Vitopo on the Leafeon, 12 knockouts, 81,000 damage. And again, if this thing wasn't checked and shut down early, it would run through that entire match, and it did.
That's fair. Your age is making your aim fail.
They've gotten this nod a lot this weekend.
I never had the aim to begin with.
Tons of knockouts.
I don't know what you're talking about.
And honestly,
I never had that shit to begin with.
Zeta Division has.
Welcome back, Monday. Welcome back, gang. It was there. I never had the aim. I was never a shooter player.
They were not able to have, that get out of jail free card in a lot of these fights. They were not able to play Zoroark, but they had an answer up their sleeve. Leafeon looked just as powerful as some of their Zoroark games.
It really did, and maybe it's just like, if Comfey's gone, Zoroark isn't where we go type equation that Zeta Division works through. However, I really liked Wajiro's Blissey.
Yes. Yeah, I thought that was a great call, especially seeing kind of a different flavor of Blissey that we see often. Lately, it's been a lot of safeguard. We've got the egg healing with this. We've got the soft-boiled Blissey.
So that's it for Peru? Nah, it's best of 5. It's best of 5.
Sustain through some of these longer engagements that Peru might have wanted to battle through. However, because they were able to sustain through them, some beautiful Bliss assistances, that Unite move from Blissey, saving their allies. Peru really didn't win too many fights.
Posture check. You ain't gotta worry about that.
Uniquely, Suicune made it
your boy got the
tomato. We want to
your
talk
boy
about
got the
headaches.
what's it called? I got the ergonomic chair. Feel me? I got the ergonomic joint.
Just another thing to have to slog through to close that gap to get your Charizard on Vitopo. And I don't think I saw Charizard Unite on Vitopo once that
Greedent
game,
is not
which raises
my
the
boy.
question, is that really the answer?
Well, I mean, you saw the moment.
Greedent is not my boy.
We were waiting around Rayquaza. They're
that fucking rat.
If they can catch this Pokemon that has this insane burst damage, start the fight with something like that, they might be able to make their way through the rest of the team, even with their entire support core intact.
Squirrels are dead ass just rats that have more charisma.
Take a fight around Ray. They had to.
That's what a squirrel is for real.
Beautiful plays from Zeta, recognizing what they were doing, not even really going for Rayquaza right there. You saw the Dragon Claw combo moving in, could be to possibly get a secure, but they knew that pit was going to be full of members of Peru.
It's just a tree rat with the privilege of not living in their house. Exactly.
They were going to pick up members of that team and try to knock them out.
And they were successful, getting themselves a win despite not taking Ray. Again, shades of 2 years ago at the AOS Cup Grand Finals when these two teams
people be like, oh my god, it's a rat.
Yeah, it really does
but
feel
a
like
squirrel is
Zeta
the same shit. It's just not in your house.
Leveled up throughout their time in Pokemon Unite, making a huge splash in our scene at the AOS Cup, as you talked about, when two teams from the Japan region were invited out to play. They made it all the way through the grand
okay,
finals.
Bro, no need to lie. We'll only judge you for a bit.
Then eventually falling to Peru here. Now, Peru, this is not an unfamiliar position for them. Now, of course, the world stage here in Anaheim in the arena is unfamiliar to all of us. This is brand new for Pokemon. This is brand new for Pokemon Unite. But being down a
said I agreed to this little slander?
needing to adjust and come back online,
he deserves
Peru has
it all.
done this many times. They are a team that is forged in that fire.
Absolutely. And
I'm not admitting to something I don't agree with.
Against
Hell
LG.
nah.
And they are in that same
I'll
position
subscribe to
where
that
they got a
bullshit.
little dominated here
It's
in
me.
game one. But it's less about what happened prior. It's how you adjust and move forward. And Peru can do that. They've done it before. They're looking to do it again.
Yeah, they absolutely are. And they're going to need to against a team like Zeta. They're going to need to throw a different look at them here. What they had in game one, they had some good moments, but they were behind for a lot of that. A lot of that due to Leafeon, honestly. Leafeon getting online so fast, and we had the Absol on the other side really trailing behind.
You know what I would have liked to see? We see this Zacian, but it was really Buzzwole as well that was having a great weekend out of these top path all-rounders. Garchomp can really get bullied early, I think, by Buzzwole. If Buzzwole hits 5 quickly, it can kind of take over that top path and slow down Garchomp. We saw how invaluable that was to Zeta Division's strategy in the late stages of the game, having that Garchomp kicking off good engagements, you know, big freezes from the Suicune follow-up, and it put Peru in a very awkward position.
Yeah, it was really tough for Peru to deal with, and it felt like they were on the back foot for a lot of that match. We saw this yesterday as well, kind of a unimpressive
you gotta bait him with nuts, bro. He's like greedent, large and in charge.
LG, and then
baiting
really
me with nuts is crazy.
What their opponents were trying to do, started to pick them apart, picking away great Pokemon from them, but also just taking better fights, recognizing what their strategy was going to be and beating them in that best of 5. They're gonna need to pull something out here against Zeta. I wondered what it would be like in this first game. Sometimes teams are very cautious in game 1 of a best of 5. No one really wants to make a mistake. No one wants to put themselves out there to get KO'd, have the enemy team start to, you know, gain some experience off some of those big early speedster KOs. That was not the case of game 1. They went in fighting the entire time. Both
you know,
squads.
I low-key missed the time when the word goon meant you were like a thug.
Get right into it. Both of these teams got in the water real quick and started scrapping off rip.
That shit is crazy.
How is Peru going to adjust in this moment? There's also more pressure on Peru than there ever has been.
Dizzy, I got a cashew.
As well, neither of these teams ever in this position in a grand final of the World Championships.
What the fuck am I gonna do with that information?
So much hope for Zeta. Japan winning Worlds.
I got a pistachio. I know you want it, bro. I don't want shit.
North America
I don't want none of that.
2 years in a row. Can Japan do it now and win 2 years in a row?
Well, we're about to find out, as we have just found out we are on screen. Cape Theatrics. Whoosh.
It's okay. Say my nuts. Hell nah.
Yeah, here we go. Heading into our draft of game
that sounds
number 2.
crazy.
Zeta Division,
we gotta keep that shit over there.
Out the Hoopa Buzzwole onto the
you
other
can
side.
If you say your favorite Pokemon is a fat squirrel, and I'll never want it because my favorite Pokemon ain't no
so
fat
many
squirrel.
high-octane tools. Suicune, Ho-Oh, which we didn't even see last game. I'll be able to come at Latios, which has kind of been a polarizing Pokemon in this tournament. And look at this. We already see the texture changing here as Blissey and Leafeon are snatched up by Peru immediately.
So they know that they're going to give away Suicune. There's nothing they can do about it. They have to ban the Pokemon that they are trying to target here from Zeta. But now, instead of banning Leafeon, instead of banning Blissey, that was such a problem for them.
$3.99 is crazy.
They're just going to take them and play themselves.
Yep, which means Charizard goes back the other way. Clefable as well, which is a Pokemon that you talk about getting a recent glow up, got buffed a little bit, and now its healing is, as we mentioned, unparalleled.
Here we go.
Armarouge, nice.
Picking up the Armarouge. This is a Pokemon that's seen a lot of play in the last few tournaments, right? Regionals, it feels like it's gotten a lot of play. And, of course, this weekend, Crustle, a Pokemon that has done very well this weekend. That Unite move is unbelievable. Has some recent buffs that have made it really tanky and difficult to deal with in some of these big fights.
If you can trap a couple players with a Rock Tomb and have everybody collapse on top of the Pokemon that are trapped, those are guaranteed knockouts, and it doesn't matter how much healing Clefable can crank out, you can get those Pokemon ripped apart.
Here we go, Rom on Mewtwo wide. No surprise there.
It would look
Absolutely devastating.
There's no way Unite World is doing these people like this. What you mean?
This is one of those picks that does go late in a lot of our drafts, and we have a few teams out of Japan that have been playing this very, very well. Final pick over to Peru, and I would be shocked if they end up grabbing the hoe. They could play it in more of a carry role, but no, instead they are going to pick up that Zacian.
Yeah, and it gives them good amount of secure as well with that big Unite move that Zacian has. So they're kind of checking all the boxes here. If they get in a squirrely position late, they can still go for a Rayquaza to secure, hopefully before the rest of the team is knocked out this time and get themselves a win. We've seen Blastoise really hit high
they're just not smiling for real. Like some of these dudes, they just big chilling. Like the clef player. Bro, he's here for a good time.
Around their Pokemon picks, putting their held items on so that they can counter their opponents and play the exact strategy that they want. Everyone here in Anaheim, let's hear it for your favorite team. Let's hear it for Zeta Division. All right, they like Zeta.
They like Zeta. Give me a little something for Peru! Okay.
They really like Peru.
Bit of a pop for Peru as we get ready for game number 2. And Peru on the back foot here.
Who would have thought? I would have never thought Peru had a bigger fan base.
As we get ready to head to our battle.
Or at least they're being rooted for more. I would have never expected that.
Right there in the middle, and you can hear the chant starting as we get ready for our
younger
next
days.
game. Zeta
I don't know
Division, your purple team.
who
Peru
these are.
Unite, your orange team. This is game 2 of your grand finals, best of 5.
Let's get into it. Rom and Tomato running in the bottom path. Gonna have the advantage here, but we've got a little bit of a cheeky rotation out of Peru. Look, Charcadet not even showing up downstairs because they're split in the central area.
Yeah, Peru nowhere to be found here to fight over this.
They're not on camera as much, but
to get that blue buff, bring it down to the bottom. Okay. Your tempo running up top, picking up a KO right away. Tomy in some trouble right now, going to need to peel away. Skullback and a Nemo looking for the KO with Razor Leaf. They decide to jump in and they get it.
What a good string of KOs for Peru Unite there. Getting on top of Squirtle early is important, and slowing that thing down is even more so.
And look at the value here of Leaf.
A country within Latin America.
How impactful this Pokemon is.
And
able to do a
they mainly
lot
speak
at
Spanish
4.
as their first
on the
language.
other hand, not as powerful until it hits its level 7 Charizard, and especially when it hits its level 9 and it has its Unite move.
Feeding a lot into Vitopo right now to make sure that they can get there quickly. It's a 3v2 here. Zinus is taking out and finally evolving into the Armorers, maybe sandbagging it there for a second. And let's see if they jump into the fray here. They're waiting for Nemo to put the pressure on. The Rock Tomb is out, doesn't trap anybody, and the peel is going. Mega Mewtwo Y is trying to hang tough, and they do. The knockout on the Nemo is a good one. Zinus is still trying to figure out how they can get to Vitopo, but it's tracking, getting the big spread off him as they have to retreat. Zinus is there. Tempo runs for cover. And now Peru has to kind of turtle up around their goal zone.
You have to love that play there from Peru, trying to bait them in so that they could catch them in this Rock Tomb like they just did to Tomato there, but they weren't able to make it happen, and instead they gave up the KO on that Leafeon. That's beautiful for Zeta. They're even closer to their level 7 on Charmeleon, which will give them Charizard.
Peru already showing what their strategy in this game is going to be. Trap in the Rock Tomb, get in there with Armorers, finish with Zacian or Leafeon. Zeta Division knows what's up now, and they need to play around.
Here we go. Charizard has hit the Sky Ruins here. 2 more levels until they have that ultra powerful Unite. Ron just punishing Draken right here.
I'll try it out.
They're going to make it back to their goal zone. They go down.
I'm never playing that game ever again.
Look, again, Draken is going to be the facilitator
I
here
have
for
never
Peru.
done that
It's
game
going to
ever
make it
again.
slightly more difficult for Peru to engage these 3 Pokemon on the side of Zeta Division.
Look how well these two teams
Why did
know
you touch
each other,
League?
recognizing where they're
Envy was
hiding
like,
in that
yo, we
tall
should
grass.
try it, bro. We gotta get 5 people, have a good time. I was like, okay, cool, new experience. I don't play it all. I don't really play it. I don't know much about the game. I'm learning as I go. I got my ass handed to me.
Goes down as well. Vitopo's fading
I got
back.
my ass
Tomato
handed
is
to me by
running
a
caution
fucking
here.
Dr.
Draken
Mundo.
X Scissors doesn't get the clip into the wall, and now Tomato and Vitopo are looking to turn the tide. Regirock is getting worked on. Peru Unite definitely has the presence and pressure. They're on top of Tomato. Big time.
Oh, I heard. Yeah, I heard you was flaming me yesterday.
I
I was
fucking
like,
hated it.
eyebrow raise?
I hated it. I hated it. And my Envy asked me to play with him yesterday because he wanted me to like do the new player experience with him. A couple homies, we all played together. I had a horrible time. The first game, they had me jungle first. I had no clue what I was doing.
A good little rock to follow up knockout. Tempo gets a Charizard Unite pop and burns down the grass.
They had me jungle. I didn't really have like a dedicated jungler, so I tried Ezreal in there. Didn't know what I was doing. Got absolutely fucked at first by the dogs in the farm. They were like, "Oh, look, the buffs they go in certain areas, spawn certain spots." I'm like, "Okay, cool, but where?" I ain't know shit about this game. I felt hella out of my element.
They were fighting on that goal zone so long that
You think the mobs would be easy? They're not. I'm saying. I was getting fucked up.
Come in with that massive
by mobs?
By
mobs.
Right back the other way,
That's
keeping Zacian around.
crazy.
Now that Char is going to need to look for some wild
Those fucking dogs were cooking me.
Ready to go.
Boom, Emerald two-step eject button out.
I didn't have any buffs or nothing like that. I didn't have no buffs, so I didn't
You
know.
just gotta get past the learning curve.
I don't want to get past the learning curve.
Rom finally hitting Mega, using their Unite move, doesn't really hit anybody, but Tempo staying in the pocket.
Also, my GOAT Zeta Division. Wait, is this my GOAT team? Is this the team with the two people with the colored hair?
Yes, it is. It is.
They got the power up.
Right, able to allow their carry players like Tempo to make plays like that.
We got Peru. What happened to the Brazil team? They got knocked out?
They got knocked out.
Now trying to punish them for this goal zone.
Oh, you see, I told you. What we finna eat after?
Peru cooked North America yesterday.
Is getting low, gets frozen, caught. X
Not bad,
scissor into the
score.
wall here.
3-2.
Tempo goes right in.
They
Tries
were-
to pop the Unite
That's
move
not bad.
around the
It's
ball.
not
He
bad
doesn't see
until you
anybody
realize
taking
North
his
America
guys and
was up
burning down the
2-1.
metal type. Is that
Okay, but
Charizard
3-2
Dragon
close.
goes down as
Yeah.
well.
3-2, 3-2, but the games are close.
At least Brazil has some bomb-ass food.
Emerald two-step. Sweet
True,
Dude Unite
true.
back the other way, but I'm not sure it's going to be enough. We're spinning to win. Here is Tommy. And Nemo pinned back against the wall. Kaya trying
Wait,
to
ain't this
sneak it
winnable?
back.
Yeah, I
And
was
it's
like, ain't this
Nemo
winnable for the
taking
orange
over.
dudes?
They're going to get out of dodge, and this is a win for Peru in that exchange.
Unbelievable moment there for Peru.
Hold on,
as
Peru kinda
Leafeon
cooking though.
dives in for the
You
possible
don't know who
secure
you
with
fool when I
Razor
say
Leaf. The
this.
Bliss assistance finds it,
Me?
moves through like an
He's talking to
absolute
me.
wrecking
Brother,
ball.
from a different
Taking
galaxy.
The objective, amazing stuff, and that is what you can do with this level of coordination. Leafeon should have its Unite move back online soon, earlier than
We got
Charizard,
Mewtwo.
if I remember right, and that's going to be great for the next fight from Peru. However, if they
US
give
to
Charizard
us?
enough
So it
time,
can't hold
it's gonna have
anything
their
else 'cause
Unite,
you're a
which is
fucking
one of the
bomb
most
tree.
powerful in the game.
Oh, another safeguard pickup by Kaya, and like I said, this support core is so important for Peru Unite success. Zynus is now seeing 3 players from Zeta Vision pivot towards them, and they actually have to give
Bro
up
running
their
for his
bump in the
life.
central so they
He's
don't
not
get
trying to
knocked out.
catch none of that.
Zeta
I can't blame
extremely
him.
aggressive here, and we have an Nemo deciding that they are going to break this tier 1 goal, so they're up big. 11 to 1.
I'm trying Guilty Gear 5 again, bro.
Why?
Typhoon doesn't make much happen, but Char does.
My
Snatched
character
up
coming out in
quickly.
the next
We're
season
getting
of
a
the
back half
game.
the other way,
You
and Peru
see?
Unite's okay. A Nemo late to the fight. We're looking to
Robo-Kai,
make an
he
impact
coming.
here. The Moonlight is up. The Moonlight goes down. Emerald two-step is back.
thought-
And we've used the rubble
What?
rounds at the same time. Can
Robo-Kai
they neutralize
coming.
Zeta
He
Vision?
got
Can
teased.
they get a knockout? Tommy's stuck behind
That's
the
all I
Razor
needed
Leaf,
to see.
and it gets a
I
ton
thought
of damage
Robo-Kai
in,
was
but they
already a
still
part
pump
of,
spin on top of Draken, and now we're back on the goal zone. Peru Unite is
Testament or
getting
some shit.
smothered and covered out here by
That's a
Zeta
joke,
Division.
Super Red. That
Now
don't
the score lead
count.
is shrinking, but Peru Unite still ahead as Zynus gets snuffed out.
Zeta
Can
Division
Suicune heal?
moving as
Nah.
a full
Suicune
force
cannot
in
heal.
this fight, and you have to call out the amazing freezes there from the Suicune
They're so
on
good.
Zeta Division. It's shut
It probably
them down
has,
so many times where you
focus
have
band.
members of Zeta on a sliver,
Isn't his
gives
whole
them
thing
enough
being
time
to
for
cure
Wajiro to
Pokemon?
come back in with the Clefable.
I think
heal
people
them
know
with that
Suicune
Moonlight.
more for
What a
being
fight
like
here,
a-
as we have Vtopo almost at level 15.
an
And I have to
ice
say, a level
kind of
15
beast,
Charizard
you
is quite a
know?
bit more powerful than a level 15 Leafeon. Both incredible incredible Pokemon, but Leafeon gets more of its value early. Charizard later.
How do they even turn this around? Do they just wait for that big thing to show up and then like whoever kills it pretty much wins?
Is level
Yeah,
13. Tommy's going in. We've got 5
this one is
seconds
if they
till Ray.
flip.
No, they fade back the engagement, but
'Cause they're
everybody kind of
down.
knows where each other is.
Yeah, they're looking for the
down
right area. Bob
otherwise.
is actually getting very aggressive.
There we go.
Once they charge up that Mewtwo Unite, they know that they can head
they're trying to set up a trap
with teleport right here, but they decide to just move.
They're just fighting for control to see who
They
gets
need
to kill it,
engage.
right?
Peru doesn't want to take this fight until they can get Zeta to expend some very important resources in their Unite.
If the Zard can get the Leafeon, they'll probably take this game.
But this situation is scary because they just camping around and it's like they're not starting the fight yet, but they just like probing around.
They got match up by a Sylveon flanking. That happened yesterday. I forgot which team got cooked like that. That actually happened.
What high level Unite looks like.
Wajiro's positioning. They're chipping in, waiting for this engagement. We're spinning to win. We pump on 3.
Oh,
Dragging us to Rebel Rouse to make sure.
dead.
Rock Tomb, X Scissor into the wall, does get a stun. And now everybody split up. The chase is different. Mewtwo Y does a ton of damage.
Wait, what did that crab do?
Two-step coming out by Anemo, and they
How
actually
does
have to
the crab
retreat.
get the overhealth
and now
like that?
everything's settling out
That's
for just a
ult.
moment, but Dragon's left on an
Uh-uh.
island. Are
So
they
his
going to be able to
ult-
get this knockout?
His ult works like a shield and also like a.
Everybody bless this is Hydro Typhoon! 3 players down for state division!
Bro.
It's not gonna be enough, I don't think! As Peru United is on the chase!
They lost.
4 players down! It's just Tomato!
They lost.
Peru
Yeah,
wipes
they
the
lost.
squad! And they're going to score here!
Wait,
they're not even
what
worried
happened?
about Ray!
Give me
And
the
then Mewtwo
rundown.
jumps to the middle!
So.
Wow, I mean, once again, Peru not able to take.
Oh my God, beautiful play. So, Crustle did an X Scissor, pushed 3 of them into the wall. The Blissey ulted into the Crustle so that they got knocked up and deleted. And the Suicune ulted across so that they couldn't move and he died for it.
Oh, they got CC combo.
Yeah. Suicune tried to make up for it, but the Blissey and Crustle combo, it didn't work out.
Just the
Like the
prospect
Suicune
of
got
getting a game 4 for
2,
us is
but then the
electric.
Leafeon was still alive there, so they got cooked for it.
These teams are fighting forever.
That was a good game.
I love it.
That was a really good game.
Oh man, Peru, what a turnaround from game 1. Zeta on the back foot.
That's game
This
2.
has happened to Zeta before.
The fuck,
It's a
game 1. That's game
dangerous
2
place
for them.
They have dominant game 1s, and then they start to get figured out by their opponents here.
This is what I like
Peru
to see.
taking game number 2.
What's the number for Officer Jenny? How the hell should I know?
Zeta is going to have to react to how Peru wants to play it. I can tell you one
911.
Pokemon that seems to be the difference maker.
Monday
in these
needs
games.
jail time for Pokemon
That early
abuse.
pressure is unbelievably important.
Unequivocally, Leafeon is a factor here in this game, which raises the question, is it warranting a first pick at this point? Is it warranting a ban at this
I'm low-key
point?
tight they never made another
I hope we
Pokemon.
see the clip at the end. Kraken was playing out of his gourd
Pokemon was
in
kinda
the
cool.
last 2 minutes. It was banana lands because the engagement was from State
Same.
Division, and they
Pokken
were
is-
staying on their feet the
Pokken
whole
is
time.
fuck as hell.
What a match! What a match!
What is
Such
it?
an
Yeah.
incredible one.
Yeah,
Closer
Pokken
than
was pretty
game,
sick.
number 1,
I
would say,
think
where
that,
Zeta felt like they were in control. This was going
they
back
dead
and
ass
forth, even
needed
though
to
Peru
improve
did have
the
some amazing
defense
moments.
options,
As we
though.
head towards our Ray fight right here, we can see
Their defensive
some of
options
these
were not
big
that good in
engagements. This was that
Pokemon.
push right before Ray from Zeta, all moving as a unit, picking up another double KO. Here it is, here. Bang, bang, bang. Scissor hitting
Yep,
3, but look at
WX
this full
scissor.
team freeze we're going to see from Tomato right here. I think they get all 5 in that Unite. One of the
Yeah, that
best in
shit
the
did
game.
not
Yeah,
matter. Oh, it was a
unfortunately,
Sashi and that
although it
was a lie, not the
perfect Suicune
Leafeon.
Unite, it was not enough to overcome the triple X Scissor into the wall with the Anemo engagement.
There you have Anemo, the MVP of that game on the Leafeon. Looks like Leafeon is picking up MVPs all over the place here in our grand finals. 88,000 damage, 9 knockouts, and the thing that you really can't see on the scoreboard is how unbelievably strong it is early, allowing your entire team to move forward, your entire team to be aggressive, your entire team to take more and more experience away from your opponents.
I can't say enough about this Leafeon
It still
specifically.
surprises
on
me whenever
whomever
I see
has
that,
it.
like,
It seems to just
Leafeon
ball
is
out
a
of
top
control.
tier Pokemon.
Leafeon so strong, 9 knockouts.
This
I think
thing
it
is
had,
not
what,
that
10
strong
or
in
12
any
per game
version
before.
of
This is a
VGC
difference maker, and I
or
think these
in,
teams need to figure out what its role
what's it
is in the
called?
equation and how to contend
Or
with it, because
TCG.
only
Leafeon's
one
not that
team can
crazy.
get it. So if you don't want anybody to have it, you gotta ban it.
You know, Dube Snacks, I got to say, it is an absolute treat here to be watching these grand finals in this arena in Anaheim and to have a real fight in front of us. These teams all tied up heading to game number 3. As I mentioned a little earlier, you don't normally see this in the grand finals. One team walks into this thing and they look like the best team in the world, hands down. But this year has been so unbelievably competitive. I think from our top 16 yesterday,
the fuck ass mutated leaf from a tree can shred through a 3,000-pound bear.
Things went some different ways,
Pokemon
right?
logic doesn't make
we saw
sense.
So many amazing teams make their way towards these grands, but in a single elimination bracket, you have to win every single time. That's what these two teams did to make it here.
Zeta Division,
Peru,
representing their regions incredibly well and really hamming it up here now that we are in the arena surrounded by thousands of people as they are looking to get the next game win and put themselves one step closer to be your Pokemon Unite World Champion.
What?
Yeah. Both of these teams can taste it.
I mean,
obviously,
the world isn't just
Japan
dumb tall. Like, I'm just taller than most people.
We've had North America year 1, North America year 2. Japan coming out as the dominant region.
I just happen to be taller than most
throughout
people.
Year 4 here, every single representative from Japan making it into our top 16, the only region to play this well. The competition.
There's a couple of tall ass people at my job, to be honest.
So for you to be the best team out of there,
like
you might
I'm
just be the best team in the world.
One of the cooks is 6 foot even.
Undeniable at this point, Spraggles.
One of my coworkers, I think, is 6 foot even.
On where this game 3 can go between
another
these
one
teams.
of the cooks. I think he's like 6'2" or like 6'3".
You know that
nigga is tall.
It's a problem going into game 3. At this point, does it warrant a ban? Because they're lighting every other strong Pokemon that we've talked about all weekend long through.
He's tall and he's wide. Like he's a big fucking dude.
We end up getting this as a first pick, and we're gonna have to sacrifice some other options. Another Pokemon that's been with it every single time also is that Blissey. Blissey sets up so many.
My manager is like 6 foot tall.
That bowling ball, Blissey coming through with the Bliss assistance. Not only is Leafeon trying to get the secure, they're being given this massive shield, this extra damage, and the huge explosion of damage of Blissey.
Nonchalant enough,
so
I would say, but
together has secured
I wouldn't say I'm
wins for
completely
both
nonchalant.
of these squads. Maybe if a team has Leafeon but they don't have the Blissey to support it, they're not going to be able to win.
That's a very great point because it needs like dedicated support. And the way the Bliss Assistance works and why we got to see that big bowling ball play is once you click Bliss Assistance on the target of your team that you're going for,
I can't unsee like gaming chairs and then see like so. I put mad research into like buying a chair, and all I see is like you should never buy a game chair. This shit is not ergonomic. So good for your back.
It's such a powerful play.
I'm like, nigga,
you got an office chair.
I have an office chair.
Zeta, if they allow Zeta into their comfort zone of Zoro,
they say he's 6 feet tall and 3 feet sideways.
So that's one ban that they have to take away right away. They've obviously been targeting this arena. They do not want to see it. They want to put them on something else. So that leaves Leafeon in this position where if you don't pick it, it can be taken from you, especially if they are the second position in draft.
Yeah, and I think these teams prefer the second
We could have taken
in
How
draft,
just
right?
Peru
sideways?
did in game number 2, interestingly enough. A lot of teams in that position, when you win a game, you end up deciding whether you want first or second. So if you get first, obviously you get the first bans.
Nah, he might actually.
But a singular first pick.
Right.
As it heads over to the other side,
He might actually be that
third pick. So
nah, you got that.
Peru decided, we don't care about this first pick. We know you're going to take Suicune. We have an answer to it. And we want your Leafeon. We want your Blissey.
Right, and if my little cheat screen here is right, it looks like that Zeta has chosen to be on that orange side, that second side. So they want to be in that reactionary position, right? Being able to react to whatever Peru is putting together, and of course, getting that ever valuable, what we like to call the gutter pick, the last pick of the draft, which can really be that
to look at someone's BBL and it doesn't look right.
Pokemon selection.
Yeah, it can
happens a decent
tough, right?
amount of time
picks are where these
around my job, to be
a lot
honest.
of their powerful strategies, right? They don't want you to see
like around my area. They got like
they don't want you to attempt to counter it. So
families and shit walking by like through the area and stuff like that. And then my coworkers be bored as fuck when we on break sometimes. I don't be with my coworkers on break often, but when we are together on break, it's always some bullshit going on.
Stayed on that
And then one of them used to always just point out when a BBL didn't look right to him. Just like, yo, I'm dead ass not paying attention to this shit.
But Kea, of course, on Peru is on the purple side.
He's like, yo, the cheek to leg at the ratio don't make sense, gang.
As well, because Kea has been a monster on
yeah,
I kind of love this. Now, I wonder if I was gonna say, I wonder if Blissey gets stolen, and we also see that Suicune, but instead they decide to bring the Buzzwole here into this game, allowing Zeta to pick up Suicune. I don't know if they have a player that really wants this Pokemon, but I think it's one of the strongest in the game, so it would be amazing to steal away.
Yeah, I mean, maybe Zeta Division really asking the question, like, we're not sure you've got a Suicune player, somebody that can really make a difference with it. I'm glad they locked it in because that thing is incredible.
As you can see up on our big stage here, our Pokemon that are locked in are behind our competitors.
Oh shit, the Green Goblin mask, the Buzzwole got picked.
Absolutely next level.
The Green Goblin mask was talking to him.
You can quickly identify who's on what as Ho-Oh finally being brought into the fray in the Thea Sky Ruins.
Ho-Oh, an unbelievably strong pick, extremely aggressive early as well. It feels a lot like Leafeon in that it's so strong, so fast. It has so many great secure tools for some of these wild Pokemon, and it's so tanky that it's really difficult to take this thing down. Next two picks over to Peru right here.
Oh no.
They could be getting into a dangerous territory.
Oh no.
As they do lock in Inteleon, low pick rate. A lot of teams have kind of bounced off this a little bit. And Lucario. Now this is a Pokemon that you and I specifically have not loved seeing from these top teams. Even though they play it at a very high level, it doesn't seem to produce great results.
I agree. Well, I think Inteleon has been a bit slept on, and Zainuz is a phenomenal historic Inteleon player.
I would have said hi.
Tempo, also a phenomenal player without a doubt. But Lucario has not been it. Actually, some of the games they lost against Luminosity yesterday was on the back of this pick.
Yeah, this is a tough one as we head over to the final pick here. Vitopo grabbing the Dodrio. I have to say, looking at these two squads right here, I feel like they have a very good shot, Zeta, to take down and dismantle Peru. Yes, Peru got that Leafeon, but I feel like Dodrio has a lot of amazing options.
Yeah.
The Inteleon just gets ripped apart by it. Even Leafeon can kind of get its ankles broken a bit by the three-headed bird here. However, if Suicune can set up some huge plays, that could be massive for them as we head in here to game number 3, our battleground.
I wish you may have a free camera.
Ruins.
I wish it did.
We are making our way. We see Peru unite, your purple team, Zeta Division, your orange team, all tied up 1-1 here in our best of 5 grand finals.
Early pressure going on, and we do know how strong this Sobble is early with that water gun secure. How is Zeta Division going to deal with it? Well, they're going to run straight at him. They're going to just A-press him down and get in their face, make them fight for path,
I can't even do a split in real life.
Away from that contestable and they are
Swallow is good.
Yeah, they move forward right now, trying to take some experience away from them, even all the way on their side, but Draken was able to help secure that with Zainuz.
I was working out with my coworker, and I still feel the pain now.
So you can see more wild Pokemon secured by the side of Zeta
Division.
A lot of action up top as Kea went deep into the waters.
So that's gonna be you, Baki character.
Up top from Peru as they're scrambling
my quads have been in pain for like the past 4 days.
It's gonna be built like Biscuit.
Well, so good early pressure from them.
Yeah, you can see. I mean, we have the picture-in-picture right there because we have a
Biscuit Olivier.
Vitopo now has evolved to Dodrio. The three-headed bird is here, and they're playing that tri-attack, diving in here after they shoot those 3 blasts, able to do a ton of burst damage to their opponents.
Yeah, I mean, going with a deep engagement, boosted auto in, peeling back, but Nemo is right around the corner looking for a target, but it's a Mega Mewtwo-Y looking to A-press him down. Tomatoes pushing forward, Vitopo looking for an opportunity. Right on top of the berry is Nemo. Zainuz does go down. Rama's in on the way to the backside, but now the pressure's on Nemo. Though they're on the verge of getting knocked out.
Oh,
get
wow.
They get it.
Good
Beautiful stuff
double.
right there. Ho-Oh does go down, but
Good
the more valuable
double.
target, the Leafeon, taken by Zeta. And you can see
Ho-Oh
Dodrio
cannot
already
heal.
starting to bully the side of Peru here. 8 seconds until we have the Altaria Swablu spawning in the center of the map here. Tempo picking up a KO, but here comes Vtopo to punish. Kea goes down. Tempo's in some trouble right here, having to peel back to this goal zone. Vtopo now towards the center.
Which gives the agency to these middle birds, to Zeta Division. Stepping forward is, of course, this Suicune trying to do their best, eject over the wall just to get away. But Zeta not looking to let him off the hook right now. Gonna go straight into the central area. Gets a knockout on the Dodrio. Peru United.
Oh, that was petty. He's
Tomatoes trying to flamethrower its coverage.
Look
so
at him
Zeta
spinning.
You can see Zeta obviously recognizes that Anemo has that Unite move. They
So
are
trying to dominate the game
trying to
with
punish them
early
still.
OP
That is the
Pokemon as a
power
win
of that
condition.
Ho-Oh, the
That's
flamethrower
generally the
so much
idea
damage.
you should
Pairing
be
that
playing
with their
when you play
curse
Unite.
item, lowering the healing
Like
on the
most of
side
your
of Peru,
team
very
should
strong,
relatively
especially to something like Clefable
be
with
able
that
to do
team-wide
well in
healing.
early
Big
to
rotation by
mid-game.
Zeta Division. 4 players on the downside here. Tomei was in the top path coming back through. Snipe shot is online.
Like realistically, you should
here for Peru.
at most probably just have one Pokemon on the team that does well late
These
game.
snipe shots can set up huge moments.
Like 2 is pushing it, but the most would probably be 2.
Some of these very powerful Pokemon. If Zainus can hit a snipe shot right into a Nemo moving in for some of these big fights, they can take huge wins. It also has great secure potential around some of these objectives.
You can body block a snipe shot though, so willing to sacrifice your body for the team might be where the support core needs to go. Chipped up, smackdown, put down, bang, Unite move, and it is taken by Peru. They're gonna keep pushing. Snuffed out is Zeta Division as Peru was able to eke out the basement Reggie. Tomato on a sliver of HP, and they are not long for this world.
Beautiful stuff there from Peru. We obviously had the Leafeon moving in for the secure, and we had the option there from the Inteleon as well, peppering them with the snipe shots, looking to see if they could get that KO, they could get that wild Pokemon, and it looks like Dodrio able to take this all on their lonesome right in their
nice
Unite
follow
move.
me.
What a
Rolls the block.
beautiful play.
Nice follow me into the rolling the block with the Unite move. Gives a little bit of action and space for Nemo to withstand
It's crazy
the
to think how
onslaught,
people
and
see
Vitopo just has to peel back.
Clef, and they're like, people don't play Clef often because its ult is so like RNG. But it's like, Jesus.
Ally once it hits that Unite move, really strong. That helps save the Leafeon right there. As we have 4 members
Also,
of
I
Zeta
found out that I'm
marching towards the
dyslexic
tier
today.
1.
You see Kea getting picked up and dragged to the side of Zeta Division, enough for them to get bullied away. Now that was just a 7-ish over, so Zeta Division does close out a goal zone, but still behind on the
How did you
scoreboard.
figure that out? Or at least how did you professionally find out that you have dyslexia?
Area, but being pushed out. 164-87, very close match here, but it does feel like Peru, with that early aggression from Leafeon, has had more big moments as we have Zeta moving down towards this bottom path. We have the side strike right into a teleport to pull Mewtwo wide back.
Yeah, I mean, it's not too much here. Able to walk away is that Clefable, so less than concerned, but at least they got some information.
It's a good
Unite
freeze.
move on every single member of Peru. We're still waiting for Ho-Oh's Unite. It's very close, but it's not there yet, and Leafeon goes in right away.
Tomei with the smackdown up and down, and now Nemo is gone. Dragging for the pressure on Mewtwo while Unite is going to see if they can catch some targets. Fading back is Zainus. Pot shot on Tomato. Tons of HP is gone from them, but the push continues. Zeta actually just laying up a nice front line and offensive line so they can take this Reggie Rock. Rom eats the Bliss assistance to save them because they're peeling back. Tomei is well able to get towards the rest of the squad, and Peru.
Are you laughing, bruh?
Yeah, beautiful stuff there from Zeta, completely zoning out
That's some
Peru.
serious stuff.
Hey man, I know her for years. She can take a joke. She alright. That shit funny as fuck.
You as F is indeed crazy.
That shit is funny as hell.
Players as well. The close combat is going to get a knockout on the Buzzwole.
And I can't spell, so that's also showing.
Zainus dialing them in. Big old
You know,
pistol. Water your grill, son. Getting knocked out.
Adds
that
up.
one flies a little wide right.
Really adds up.
Where if you don't charge it for long
I had
enough,
a feeling. I just didn't know. I was sitting there. I was like Dokes from Dexter, just like.
Big 35 over
She got
for Peru
some.
Unite.
I don't know what
We've
it
seen
is
some
though.
Very good scraps Nexus game, but Peru Unite up on the scoreboard, up in the experience rate.
Look at that moment right there. Leafeon just being incredibly aggressive as they head towards those wild Pokemon.
I gotta watch Dexter for real. I've been seeing that shit on my feed so often as of late. That and Breaking Bad. I've heard those two are really good.
You have to watch Breaking Bad. But I haven't seen Dexter either. I'd be down. Because I need to see what this black dude is about. Because that's all I've been seeing on Twitter.
Indeedy low, so Zinus can just pull back and get the
like apparently he could read thoughts or something. Like I don't know.
And Vitopo is there to continue just harassing Peru. How is Ron going to go into this? They're going to keep pushing forward. A bit surprised.
Oh no, not Dexter's Laboratory. No.
Yeah, I mean this tier 2 is a great place for Peru to fight.
The one with the crime detective.
Huge moments from
serial killer guy.
However, as we move towards Rayquaza, if multiple members of Zeta go down, that rekindling flame will allow Ho-Oh to bring them back into this fight.
So
Peru is going to need to manage this Ho-Oh and manage its Unite move.
Try Dead by Daylight
in this fight. They are in a great position. However, I saw multiple members of Zeta
a gameplay. I see people talk about Dead by Daylight, and I feel like the people Dead by Daylight players don't like their game, but they also don't like when people talk shit about their game.
Favorability there as Zeta Division might collapse on them.
Yeah, this is interesting here. Regice about to go down, but here comes Zeta, secured by Lucario. Tempo in trouble as they're peeling forward. This could be Rayquaza right now.
Vitopo goes straight in, or a cannon through to get that shield, and we pop the Clefable Unite as well. No resource expended.
This is the Ray fight. This is the Ray fight. This is the Ray fight. This is the Ray fight.
Unite moves here, specifically the Lucarios and the Clefables.
This is a beautiful play by Zeta. They didn't get the objective. They didn't get a KO, but they stole 2 Unite moves. This is exactly what we talked about right here. If they can get the rest of them and then bring the team back, they are in a great position for Ray. The snipe shots, hitting the Ho-Oh right there, ticking.
Buzzwole eviscerated, huge snipe shot here, and now Zeta Division has to go. Tomato's trying to get in range, 50Y Unite, rekindling flame is going to bring them back into the fight. Nice, follow me, Suicune Unite, Blazes Ascent, Rom continues to pressure on, pressing him down, the legendary from Gen 1, putting in one huge snipe shot on Vitopo.
Oh shit, he's dead.
And it's Peru Unite that comes out ahead in that exchange.
Amazing stuff from Peru. They got the Ho-Oh Unite move and shouldn't have one again before the end
Peru's
of the match. All the Unite moves gone from Zeta. A powerful win from Peru. 1 minute left on the scoreboard, and they are up by over 100 points. Even if Dodrio is somehow able to make a back cap happen, Peru is still ahead.
Tomato working on this Rayquaza to try to drag Peru into the middle to open up the opportunity for the Dodrio back cap.
Yeah, and here we have Dodrio looking for the fight right
now. Oh, nice play.
Right huge freeze! Close combat catches 2. No KOs happen yet, though. Peru heals back. They're ahead. 38 seconds left. Zeta needs to make a move.
Zinus is single-handedly shutting down Zeta Division. Oh my God! Lucario's coming alive. They heard us run our mouth, and they said not today. The cancer curse is real, and so is this Lucario.
Look at
Japan stocks down.
Japan stocks down. Lucario took him.
Saying Lucario's a bad
Let's
pick.
fucking go.
324, 87.
Big dog Lucario.
1 game away from being your world champion.
Oh my God, he's my boy.
Peru Unite. Holy, Zinus is an absolute menace. Zinus is an absolute menace. Where has this Inteleon been?
Wow.
Zeta Division could not approach at all. Those shots were cataclysmic, dude.
They are on the precipice of becoming a world champion. The first world champion from LATAM here for Pokemon Unite in the most intense competition that we have ever had. Zeta in trouble right now. On the ropes. They have to win 2 in a row to bring this thing back.
I can't get over this Inteleon, man. Every snipe shot that hit.
I trusted in Peru, I think.
Who said that?
I trusted in you, I think.
Come on, Zoinks. Get it together, brother. Just like he was wrong about Lucario, also wrong about Scyther.
And just doesn't know what's going on.
He is right here. We honestly thought we didn't know you were here.
Yep.
We didn't think you'd hear that.
Oh, we were talking about you with you out of the room. Okay. Heading back into some of our big moments here, you know, one thing that we do have to talk about, and I think needs to be addressed by both of these squads, is this Leafeon.
It's crazy. It's got to be banned, right?
I feel like as we move towards our next game, I would not want my opponents to have it. There are so many picks that I'm okay with my opponents having, even though I don't love it. I don't love that they have Suicune. I don't love that they have, you know, Ho-Oh or something like that. But boy, this Leafeon just feels like such a difference maker.
God, and that was a great rekindling flame too.
It was.
But
thing is, if they ban Leafeon, they're gonna take Scyther.
You saw this exchange go one way, go the other. Draken steps up, huge freeze, snipe shot on Vitopo. Vitopo can no longer scrap, and then another knockout on Rom. And this is that huge close combat you were talking about, just ripping through, tons of damage, and that's a W, and shame on us. There is Lucario.
Zoinks once again
embarrassed, golly.
MVP Lucario, 4 knockouts, but really what I think sealed the deal for the MVP right here is where those knockouts came.
Yeah.
Right at the end of the match when it mattered most. Moving in, you know, the amazing thing about that power-up punch, once it hits its plus move at 11, you have this unstoppable that you're able to use. Even if your opponents are trying to stun you, slow you down, you can kind of weather that storm, then move in for the fight. The close combat, able to recover some of your HP, even though you're, you know, close to going down there with Lucario. Beautiful stuff here from Peru. 1 game up, 1 game away from being the world champion. You can hear the cheer in the crowd for Peru. This audience is behind them.
Yo, they fucking with Peru. Oh, D, I can't even lie.
Time has been so close for so long.
Them niggas love Peru.
Just 1 step away from a world championship.
You could actually see the smile of the players on Team Peru when they heard that chant erupt in the arena. Doesn't matter how much white noise is going through those headphones. Chants that loud are heard regardless. As we are, for the first time ever at a Pokemon Unite World Championship Grand Finals, headed to a Game 4.
Which is pretty amazing.
Light. There he is.
See one Cape dominate these Cape. We always see one team Cape. We always see one team dominate these things, and that is not the case here today.
No.
These 2 teams are so unbelievably good. You could absolutely see Zeta tie this up. And look, selfishly, I want to see Game 5. I want to see them make it happen. Zeta has decided to take the first pick, and with that, they went with Leafeon. A powerful pick. I think this is the right call at this point.
How scary is that Zarina then? I think is the real question. Buzzwole Suicune on the back-to-back for Peru. So we are seeing similar priorities just getting switched up as to where they're selected, and Peru not letting Suicune slide back to the side of Zeta Division.
Yeah, no surprise here from Zeta to see this Blissey. I think this makes total sense. They could get an early Mewtwo Y if they think Peru's going to steal it, but it doesn't look like they're worried about that. They are going to take the Garchomp right here that did win them Game 1.
Without a doubt. And, you know, Tomi, again, yesterday had some really electric games on this Pokemon. It might be a comfort pick for them and somewhere that they need to be to really feel like they can help take over a game. And Blissey, with both of the Pokemon they've selected already, is a great strategy.
Here we go. Next 2 picks. They are stealing the Mewtwo Y.
I love this.
I love it too. Taking it away from Zeta, a Pokemon that I feel like
ancient and wiser, man. I am not ancient.
Unbelievably strong, so I'm interested to see how they want to react to this. Also, the Crustle pick for Peru. Loved it earlier. So powerful. Set up a game-winning play for them in Game 2.
Okay, it looks like we're going to have an aggro horse here. No experience share on that. Selected by Rom. Going to be trying to scamper around Arthea Sky Ruins. How is Peru going to use their gutter pick to counteract that?
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting. No
way.
We might see them grab Scyther and bring it out here. It is a staple pick for this team. And they lock
there it is.
With the World Championship on the line. On the other side, you talked about it. Galarian Rapidash, pretty new addition to Pokemon Unite that's been doing very well in the competitive scene the last few months. However, it didn't get to see a lot of play at regionals. It was banned out from that competition. Now here at Worlds, you've seen some great players pick this up.
How excited do you have to be as a Peru fan to see in this potentially set winning game. Lock in the Scyther.
I think Peru makes a lot of their picks based on how much it would make you and I look like fools here.
Yeah, and they are succeeding.
And they are succeeding every time, as we have generally not been behind Scyther. But I can tell you this audience is behind Peru, as once again a chant was breaking out for them.
Why don't we get a little crowd hype here? Sure. If you're here to bark up the tree of Peru, let me hear ya!
They fucking love Peru.
And
they
if you
fucking
want to
love
see
that
Zeta
shit.
Division take it to a game 5, let me hear ya! Here we are, Thea Sky Ruins. This could be your last match here, as Peru, your orange team, is up 2 against Zeta Division, your purple team. These are your Pokemon Unite World Championship Grand Finals. Zeta needs to win 2
I'm trying to see game 5. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm really trying to see game 5.
already sussing out where Rom was going, and that's going to be a quick stack attempt by Rom, and they are successful. Poor little Draken, little Dwooble looking good with that whipped cream and strawberry on top, getting pressured by Tomato, and coming pretty successful here in the face of the Big Lax.
Yeah, nice plays there from Peru. They're able to get the focus band off of Tomato early. That's going to mean that Zeta is not going to be as aggressive there with the Snorlax. But no, focus band right the other way. So both defenders giving up a huge item early that's going to need a lot of time to recharge.
Well done. Pressure early by Zeta Division. Decent secures. Draken doing their best as well, as we've got some parity here. Up top, we've got Scyther hanging out, looking to make their impact felt.
Yeah, Scyther in the top path here, looking to start a fight, as we are taking a look at Zynus and Draken here in the bottom path. Leafeon right now hiding in this tall grass. Not stereotypical for the Leafeon to head to the bottom path right here, but they're trying to secure as much of this as possible and get Rom online at level 5 and make sure that Zynus can't hit their power spike where they can mega.
We did get a knockout upstairs, so Peru Unite was able to get some points in. However, the experience goes to Zeta Division in the bottom path.
Yeah, and here we have Galarian Rapidash just hiding in the tall grass, trying to use that Dazzling Gleam to pick up some of these secures. They were able to do it right there. However, Zynus now level 5. They have become Mega Mewtwo. Why?
Just A-pressing, right? Nice little trap on Rom, and that puts them in trouble. And that's why you select this Crustle, as they seal the deal with the Rock Tomb.
And there, right there, you can see that focus band still being gone was huge for Peru in that moment, able to take a KO right here. Tempo now in some trouble, as we have Zeta pushing towards this goal zone. Suicune trying to stop it, but just a little too late. Grabbing Vitopo. Vitopo's going to need to peel back here, and here comes Anemo with a big beat.
Right over the top, Wajiro tries to split the coverage here, as Tomy just goes straight in and picks up a huge knockout.
That was massive for Tomy right there, committing to that fight, taking down the site. They're stealing away those powerful buffs and all of that experience. You definitely don't want to hand that over to the Garchomp. As soon as it hits level 9, it is a massive, massive threat.
Moving through the center area is this Galarian Rapidash here, looking to make a difference. We'll see what Reggie gets prioritized by these two squads.
Pretty close here in the bottom path between these two squads here.
Ooh, that scissor to the wall.
Caught in a massive way, and here comes Anemo.
Dual wing beat is there. Rom gets bullied out, but the split is back the other way. They want to get on top of these birds. Kea is fighting the good fight here. 2v1, can they get Tomy? Whoa. Okay, good seal the deal by Vitopo. Pressure continues, Tomato is low. Dual wing beat, the berry is there. They're gonna get some points in when they've got the opportunity.
This momentum is not looking good for Japan right now.
Up, leave this goal zone at 1 and head down towards this bottom objective, while we have Zeta Division ripping through the top. Reggie Alecki, 2 members moving towards that. Easy secure here on the Regice. Easy secure on the Reggie Alecki. The top path has the push going on, but Tempo's trying to stop. Send it into the air, looking for the KO, but Vitopo barely escapes.
The speed for that Leafeon is unmatched. As look at Tempo, just willing to fight everybody. Picks up Wajiro. Backdoor Anemo.
Oh my God!
Which forces out the Emerald 2-step, and they take care of Buzz at the very least.
You got to give it up to Galarian Rapidash right
there.
I
mean for Japan.
On Anemo, stopping them from continuing their dash towards
so it's over for Japan.
From Galarian Rapidash. Nice, huge
X-Scissor, yeah. Okay, heavy slam there on the Mewtwo Y. Big Mewtwo Y Unite. Is the rest of the team going to follow up? Anemo is here to try and close the door on Tomato. They're putting the pressure on. Galarian Rapidash steps in. Anemo changes their target priority to Rom, and they get him down. Everybody's getting knocked out. Rock Tomb's there for the trap. Garchomp Unite is popped, but it doesn't find a soul. It's just vtuber standing, and there's not enough to stop this push for Peru.
Oh, vtuber goes to score, but instead Peru scoring in the bottom path, raining points in. Kea not able to score an additional 30. vtuber scored. They could base, they could run back through the entire squad, waiting in the tall grass for members of Peru to come back. Draken has gone down, but vtuber has not
the
yet
crab
found
at
their
least.
mark.
vtuber wanted to get Kea, but not enough to take care of Kea, because Kea's level 9 is sitting on pad right now. Quick rotation through the middle.
Wow, that was such a beautiful play from Peru, and it looked like Zeta was planning to counterpunch with vtuber near that goal zone. They just weren't able to make it happen. They waited too long. Peru did not make their way back to that goal zone. Real heads-up play by Peru, recognizing that they were going to be in trouble. And Nemo right now just being taken down in a huge way from that Galarian Rapidash Unite.
Yeah, I mean, now we're just kind of fading each other almost, right? The scoreline's close enough. Tempo goes over the wall, picks up vtuber, uses the Buzzwole Unite, can't get the knockout. The two-step is out. 3 players down instantly. How will Zeta Division use this advantage?
Yeah, they finally have a moment here where they can score, right? They're going to head down towards this tier 1. We do have Scyther running down. They recognize it. They can see the timer coming up, and instead they decide to pivot up towards the top path. They're going to take the experience in the center. They're actually going to give up this bottom objective. They're behind on points, so I think they would much rather have Regieleki right now.
No, you're exactly right. And they put good pressure on Tempo, figure out that where they were, so they couldn't step up, and Peru just trying to adjust on the map in the best way possible.
Regieleki now marching toward the tier 2 goal zone of Peru. Peru looking for an opportunity to get some experience, to get a score in, to pick up a massive KO. Nemo hiding in that tall grass here, recognizing that they might have to head back at any moment to help their team defend. Tomi moving to the center right here, but getting caught by Draken.
That doesn't make no sense.
Does Tomi get over the wall? Yes, they do very quickly. Nemo's there to try and close the door. Emerald two-step.
Oh my goodness, never mind. I take it back. I take it the fuck back. Never mind. No, I don't.
The Ice Age has been presented, but is it going to be enough? We've got the Galarian Rapidash Triangle is out, and it looks like the Bermuda Triangle for Zeta Division themselves. They are sinking out here in that team fight.
That Draken Unite move on Crush.
Golly. Golly.
On the cake. Unbelievable.
Golly.
I mean, what an insane fight from Peru. Nemo caught right there, but they left it up to Crustle to carry the team.
Who doesn't? Who doesn't just leave it up to Crustle?
I mean, I guess we need to start all of a sudden. Peru here now in a great position. They're ahead on the scoreboard. They need to make sure that they charge up their Unite moves, but they've won a lot of these fights. Even with the Leafeon on the other side, it has not had the impact that we've seen in our earlier games. 1 minute now until Rayquaza. Possibly the last Rayquaza we are going to see this entire season. If Peru can take this game win, can take this Ray, can beat Zeta one more time, they become the world champions. First ever champions with Latin America.
Getting good position here is Zeta. Buying time, 30 seconds till Ray. We've got a basement Reggie on the horizon. Peru Unite trying to figure out exactly what Zeta is up to.
Yeah, and Zeta right now is making some of the biggest decisions they will ever make in Pokemon Unite with their tournament on the line. Allowing Regirock to go towards the side of Peru, recognizing that they can't contest it. Instead, getting some aggressive positioning around Ray. It could be their final Ray. Japan's last hope is in Zeta.
Oh, he let him go.
Misses right here.
He let him go.
Push forward and then peel back. Tempo looking for a catch with some of their powerful moves. If they could make it happen, they could win the entire thing. Can they get that Leafeon? Can they get that Rapidash? If they do, the dominoes will start falling and Peru could win. If they can't, and Zeta Division can find a good pick and take down Finest.
Blocked against the wall.
Tempo in trouble. They're looking for them. The Rock Tomb peels the team away, Doob Snacks. The time is ticking. Zeta has to make a play. Rayquaza is being chipped by Garchomp. We recognize that they're moving in. Ray is getting low. Heavy Slam moves in. Tomi getting frozen.
Draken with the trap. Can they X-Scissor through? The block covers them. And now they have to peel back. Draken in deep waters here. Tempo uses their Unite move right into the power now, but it's vtuber there to catch him. Mewtwo Unite is on. Huge Ice Age gets two. Peru Unite's got them eyed down. The block is up, but their HP bar is shrinking. They're on the verge of getting knocked out, and they're gone. It's just vtuber standing in the way of Peru Unite becoming your world champions. Rayquaza's getting worked on. vtuber's trying to find a way in. They Emerald two-step, and they are getting a knockout. They eye their way in. Rayquaza's low.
It's over. Yeah, it's over.
Unite looks into the eyes of Zeta Division and says, we are the Alpha and Omega. We are the beginning and the end. We are Peru Unite.
Peru Unite takes Rayquaza here in game number 4. They're up by hundreds of points. They have the Ray Shield as time is ticking down. Zeta cannot
I can't believe
Peru
this.
is now putting points on the board and taking this moment to recognize that they are about to be crowned world champions.
Man, they still gotta play this out. It's so crazy.
Yeah.
They will be able to celebrate their victory, a victory that has been years in the making, from seeing them on the world stage at the AOS Cup go up against Zeta Division. The time ticks down. 5 more seconds. 2, 1. Peru Unite!
I can't believe it. I can't fucking believe it.
What a moment for a team that has fought so hard to get here, for a team that has always been so close. Finally able to claim that world championship title for Peru.
No words. We've gotten to watch this team over the last 2 years.
Type shit. Fall
just a bit shy.
That was crazy, yeah.
Or any other team that managed to end their run. There is nothing that was going to deny Peru Unite.
After you see them take down their rival in Luminosity yesterday, you recognize that this team was the team to watch. Could they stop Japan, the best in the world? Where here in Game 4, they were able to do just that. As we are taking a look at some big moments from that match, and the crowd is cheering them on up here on the big stage. Just such an incredible story, such an incredible run from them. Having to not only defeat the Giants from North America, but then the best team out of Japan. You couldn't have a harder run to become the world champion.
Draken is insane, dude. He's so good at this game, man.
Quadra from Crystal.
I mean, and this was it, right? Just a huge engagement, getting into the deep waters. 3 players down. Tomatoes doing their best. And tip of the cap to Batopo for giving their team a chance.
Took
but
the whole tournament.
That Peru was going to let deny them this game.
What an amazing game.
Yes. My life for a Crustle MVP. My life for Draken to get the flowers in this moment. Wow.
Unbelievable. You often see it. It's a Leafeon, it's a Zoroark, but today the MVP of the World Championships is the Crustle. We're going to throw it up to the big stage where Zoinks is waiting with your champs. Take it away, Zoinks.
Hey.
Welcome to the stage where we have your champions of Pokemon Unite all over the world, Peru! All right, we got to hear from this team. An amazing grand finals, and you had a rematch against this team. It was phenomenal. But the first question, how good does it feel from top 4 last year now to the world champions this year?
¿Qué se siente subir de un top 4 del año pasado a finalmente ser campeones mundiales?
La verdad, palabras no son lo que puede expresar, solo emociones. Como pueden ver, estoy muy emocional y muy contento. La verdad que al fin todo el esfuerzo que yo y mi equipo, mi familia, hemos hecho desde hace tantos años.
I can't believe he fucking did it.
There are no words. As you can see, I only have emotions. I'm extremely excited. I'm happy. All the consistency, all the training that my team had, and the support from my family, it's just, I have no words.
All right, well, you had a lot of support out here on the crowd, but we know that the 5 of you have been supporting each other for a long time. You played together as a team for years now. How good does it feel to win on stage with this 5 players?
Los 5 se han estado apoyando mutuamente por varios años. ¿Qué se siente que ustedes 5 son los que están ganando en Campeonato Mundial?
La verdad, haber cumplido este sueño con mis amigos es algo que hemos estado apreciando desde hace mucho tiempo. Y ahora que lo hemos consagrado, estamos muy contentos con nuestro desempeño y esperamos ir dándole mucha felicidad a toda la gente de Latinoamérica.
I'm just extremely excited and extremely happy to be able to win this championship with my friends. And I hope that I can keep bringing happiness to Latin America.
Amazing. All right, well, you were able to win in front of all of these people in the arena, but I know you have a lot of people watching at home and supporting Peru from afar.
I need to make sure that I get to
say
go
to all the
to
fans
this
here
shit
in the
next
arena
year.
and all around the world?
¿Algo más que quieras decirle a tus fans y a todos los que te están viendo alrededor del mundo?
Sí, muchas gracias a todos los que están haciendo retransmisiones, a todos los que nos mandan mensajes. Sé que no les respondo a todos, es muy complicado a veces, pero siempre los veo, siempre los leo. Estoy atento a cada mínimo apoyo que ustedes nos dan, a mí y a mis compañeros. Siempre los tengo presentes a todos. Así que muchas gracias por apoyar a mi equipo, en las buenas y en las malas.
I'm extremely grateful to all of our fans. I know that you're all sending us messages and sometimes I cannot reply, but know that I'm always reading them. Thank you for your support.
Amazing. All right, one more time for your Pokemon Unite World Champion!
Oh my goodness, man. Oh my goodness. GG's. G fucking G's.
Spraggles, Doomsnacks, back to you.
Zoinks, thank you to Peru Unite for putting on an incredible grand finals. A little upset at production won't let us on stage because they think we'll do too much cape stuff, and I think they're probably right about that. That was the best grand finals we have ever seen for Pokemon Unite. Again, most of the time you see these grands, one team is just heads and shoulders above the other, but what a match between these two titans.
Yeah, as this game continues year in, year out, you see the skill disparities and just the talent disparities shrink across all of these regions. And now we just had a great team from the West square off against a great team from the East. West comes out ahead here in Pokemon Unite Championships Year 4, but this is not going to stop Japan from roaring back.
Yeah, they're just such an unbelievably strong region. They have been incredible since their year where they won the World Championship.
I don't care what anybody says. Pro Unite, to me, looks like one of the best games of all time. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a damn. They make the game look cool as shit.
Day two, where you look at a region like North America with very powerful
I'm biased as hell, but still, this game is so fucking cool.
Teams move through. Japan being that strong, steel sharpening steel over there, but it still wasn't enough to take down one of the greatest threats in the game. Peru has been that since their win at AO's Cup a few years ago, and they've always been so close. They got so close last year, getting very deep towards those grand finals, but they just couldn't make it. As we're going to take a look at some of the big moments here from our grand finals, Dupe Snacks.
Beautiful walkout here. Oh, didn't know we were going to be. Oh, that's a cape thing. I honestly thought that was me.
You thought that was happening live.
I thought that was happening.
I want everyone to know Dupe Snacks thought what we're seeing right now was live, and he was trying to become himself.
It was crazy work. I was like, why are they taking the camera shot from mine? Anyways, doesn't matter. Peru Unite, absolute clinic here, but it was them really taking advantage of this second game.
Yeah, I mean, massive stuff from Zeta in game number 1, and I think you really have to shout them out. They showed Peru that Leafeon was one of the most important Pokemon to pick, and it wasn't until Peru started stealing it away and then looking for counters for it later in this series that they really came online.
You know, we've been wrong about a lot of Pokemon this weekend, but one thing we did absolutely nail is the impact of Crustle, and Peru Unite really making it work here. This, I'm not going to harp on Lucario because that made us look bad, especially Zoinks.
I wouldn't bring that up again.
But what an execution plan that Peru had here in this third game.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
In the background, Richie will show me like videos and pictures and shit of what's going on because she's there right now.
I do have to also give it up to them picking one of their best Pokemon, really the signature Pokemon from this team, Scyther, and bringing it here to the grand finals, winning their way was amazing. Crustle with a 4KO. Wow.
You know, we kicked off the show by saying 2 players to watch on Peru were Kea and Draken. And you know what? Maybe we're right more than we think we are. But really, Anemo, Draken, Kea, this whole squad, Zainu stepping up, getting it done, and making themselves, earning themselves that world championship.
Let's take a look at the story this weekend, Dupes Next. Obviously, we had an incredible group stage, and out of that, we got this top 16 bracket. And look at the diversity in these regions here. This just shows how strong this game is worldwide. Stamina Esports from Latin America North, Peru Unite from LatAm South. We had Aegis Flames on a legendary run out of Brazil.
Japan had 4 teams?
Insomnia from Japan.
Yeah, and Nouns Esports Talon, Nouns 2-0, finds themselves against Luminosity 2-1 in what was maybe one of the matches of the weekend there.
Insane set.
LG taking care of QT Dig to find themselves in that spot. Look, our quarterfinals, our top 8 had 8 different regions. There was no parity across the board. It was one and done for each one of these. And Peru Unite from LatAm South, of course, your Unite champions.
You know, I know a lot of people thought maybe in year 3 we would see something like this out of Peru, right? They were looked at as one of the best in the world. They shocked everyone at EUIC, coming in there and absolutely dominating, even taking down the team they just faced off against right now. Formerly Kabi-chan's, currently Zeta Division in those grand finals, and somehow they have done it again, you know, staying together as a squad, continuing to work on that relationship. Throughout this year, as I've been watching Peru, I think they've had some stumbles. And in fact, in a lot of their matches, it feels like they've had moments where they were behind, but no team has adjusted better. No team has played better with that pressure than Peru. It's unbelievable how many sets they've gone so deep with great teams and pulled out victories. It really shows why they are champions.
It's almost like they need that first game in a best-of-5 to calibrate. Yeah. And then they're like, oh, okay, we've got to figure it out now. Let's get to work.
Don't lose anymore.
Yeah, let's get to work. And not losing is a great strategy to winning, as
One of the best ever. If you're trying to win, if you lose, you won't win.
Yeah, losing is opposite of winning. So if you don't do that by proxy, you win.
This is why we're here. Okay? You're not going to get this type of analysis from anybody
This and capes.
This and capes.
They're like, only capes this year. We didn't even want to wear these. They gave these to us.
Full disclosure, we kept it a secret for a long time because we thought they would tell us not to wear capes.
That is really true.
We sprung it on them last minute. I mean, what are they going to do? We don't have anything else to wear. Oh, man, this has just been one of the absolute best. This is my favorite grand finals we've ever got to cast. This is the best World's grand finals we have ever had. It has just been amazing. And, of course, Championship Sunday is going to continue to roll on. All of our games here are going to have insane moments in this arena. And I can't overstate it. I kind of want to give you a little FOMO at home. Being here is next level. There's been nothing like it for
Can we do something?
We can do something.
We can do something. All right. On the count of 3, everybody in the arena screams so everybody at home feels bad for missing what we've got going on. 1, 2, 3.
You hear that? They're monsters. They want you at home to feel bad. How horrible this audience is.
Not bad, jealous.
Jealous.
Green with jealous rage, you should be at home. But we're happy you're here. Thanks for tuning in.
Of course, we are happy that you are
Production is not happy with what we're doing right now.
When do they ever like what we're up to?
Yeah, no, we won't stop. You guys let us up here. Continue.
It's just amazing to be here in person. I have to shout out the stage that we have here where you see changes on it during this competition, and I know that will continue on throughout the day, but we have a very important moment to share with you right now, of course. Let's head on up to the big stage for our trophy ceremony.
Nice.
It's time to recognize our finalists and newest 2025 Pokemon World Champions. First, congratulations to our finalists, Zeta Division! I am Tomato!
damn it, man. Her Unite always fucking gets me. This shit always fucking gets me, man. It is so hype. This shit is so fucking hype. Ah! This shit makes you want to play the game. It looks so depressed, but I feel that they just got second and had to walk back out.
Let's hear it one more time for Zeta Division.
Damn, I feel so bad for bro.
The team who outlasted everyone else.
He's so
and
sad,
to the
man.
top spot. Please give a big hand to our 2025 Pokemon Unite World Champions, Peru Unite! Animo! Zinus!
This is so fucking gas.
Tempo! Dragon!
This is so fucking sick, dude. This is sick as hell.
One more time, let's hear it for your world champions, Peru Unite! Thank you to all the teams who participated this season to make it to this point. And a special thank you to everyone who watched the qualifiers, and live events along the way. We can hardly wait until next season for another round of Unite.
What an amazing run from an amazing squad. Peru finally does it and becomes your world champions. And I assume they were going to go from that camera. Yep, clearly, it is the other camera, but I'm not turning around. So hold on. You're going to have to switch to the other camera that I obviously thought you were going to cut to.
This is
clearly we were not ready.
Nobody deflates a moment like old Spraggles and Snacks. Holy smokes.
I know you're loving not cutting to the other camera that we are both looking directly into right now. But well, I could do this all day. Hey! They're like, there's all these people, Jake. We never told you that camera, and we're right back to it. Ready to go. Seamless out here by the Unite brothers. Perfect. Man, what a season. This has been the most competitive, most exciting season we have ever had in Pokemon Unite. The best grand finals, the most diversity of teams heading into our top 8, every single region coming to play, getting better and better, leveling up every single month, every single cup, every single live event, all of the stories from Luminosity assembling the Infinity Gauntlet, winning LAIC, NAIC, and EUIC, but coming up short here at Worlds to Peru Unite. And then, of course, ACL, this incredible tournament with the best of the best teams out there, being taken down by Insomnia, who also came up short here in our top 16. Zeta Division, this team that has always been there, one of the best in the world, the best out of Japan, making it all the way to Grands, but still Peru able to take them down. Just an absolutely insane weekend of games.
The competition across the world in every single region has been elevated this year in a very noticeable way. You could see it in our top 8, like we said. 8 different regions represented from there. Japan really the only ones with everybody from their region kind of crossing from the day 1 to day 2 threshold, but that didn't mean we have a smattering of regions in there. It was incredibly diverse. These teams are leveling up year in, year out. These regions are leveling up year in and year out, and year 5 is poised to be another banger.
Yeah, so many amazing changes coming to the game as well that they have talked about. I mean, we just saw them battle out on Thea Sky Ruins, but I know soon enough that is going to look very, very different. Right. We have more new Pokemon coming to the game. More Mega Evolutions are coming to Unite. There's just so much that is happening on the horizon. And even though the season is ending now, it's going to be picking back up sooner than you think.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, we kick things right back off at LAIC. So you'll have to be on ice for a moment, but plenty of time for these trainers to train up and get ready for that competition here going into year 5.
We've got an interview with a fan out in the audience. We're going to throw it on over to that right now. Take it away.
Thank you, Spraggles and Snacks. Jim Lawson here with Pokemon Go trainer Haydonis, winner of 9 booster packs here at the main event. We're going to be playing a little fun game while we get our table switched out, but let's give it up one more time for Peru Unite. All right, Haydonis, California local.
November. Kicks off in November.
Pokédex knowledge?
Not too bad. We'll find out right now.
We're going to be doing Who's That Pokemon. We're going to be showing you some silhouettes of hopefully recognizable Pokemon and see how you do. I think we got 4 or 5 lined up for you. Should we get our first up on stage or up on the screen? Let's do it. All right. Question number 1. Who's that Pokemon? Haydonis, do you think you got this one?
Might be kind of tough, but I'm going to have to go with Pikachu.
What do we think in the crowd? Pikachu? We got it! Let's go!
It's Pikachu!
All right.
It's Pikachu!
Currently 1 for 1. But can we keep up the momentum? Let's find out. Number 2, we have...
I want to say Machamp. I don't think Machoke has 4, so Machamp.
I think we got 4 arms there. Yeah, it is the Machamp, Haydonis. We're giving you some layups here, 2 for 2. They're only going to get harder, though. How are you feeling?
I'm noticing a theme here. What if the next one's Jigglypuff or Fennekin?
Okay, maybe this trainer went to the Pokemon Center, I think. Let's bring up number 3. Hey, Donis. Who's that Pokemon? Was not Jigglypuff, I'll tell you that.
Not 8, but 9 tails.
9 tails? Let's find out. There it is. 3 for 3. Hey, Donis, on a roll. All right, how are you feeling? You think you can get this next one without even looking at it?
Well, 3 is almost better than my match record this weekend, so I'm feeling pretty good right now, honestly.
Look, you're featured here in Championship Sunday, so you're doing great. All right, let's bring up number 4, okay? Let's take a look. Who is that Pokemon? We're sticking to one region here. I'll give you a hint. Kanto. I heard the crowd say Pikachu. I'm not so sure.
Pikachu in a costume, maybe in Go. I would go with Meowth.
That's right. All right, 4 for 4. Can you wrap this up here? Can you clinch it? It's clutch time. Let's bring up our 5th Pokemon, Silhouette.
It's gonna be the hardest one.
This is going to be the hardest one, surely. All right, we're getting out of Kanto here, Hey Donis. What do you think?
Is that for alligator?
Well, it seems like they didn't really believe in me to go for the hard stuff, so for alligator.
Let's take a look. It is the Feraligatr. You nailed all 5 of the Pokemon. Congratulations, Hey Donis. How hard was that? Was that easy, or are you really struggling there? A lot of computations going on in the Cortex.
That was really hard.
You made it look easy, what can I say? All right, well, guess what? I have some good news for you. We actually have a participatory t-shirt. Whether you're an 0555, we're gonna get you the t-shirt. Looks great, good color on you, by the way, Hey Donis. Anyone that you want to say hello to back
this
home?
Easy ass game.
Shout out to my parents. Shout out to SoCal
Yeah.
Shout out to great friends.
I'm sure that we'll be seeing them
I was
on
thinking
social
the
media
same
later.
shit.
All right, thank you, Hey Donis. We're gonna be going
I didn't want to say nothing out loud.
Thank you very much. Obviously, we didn't get a single one of those Pokemon right. That was Zygarde the whole time. Every time. Zygarde, no, dang.
I was going with Ditto variants.
That's why they gotta. They gotta get the children. They gotta get the children to do this stuff. Can't get the adults for
You
this.
were in a weird
It was in another realm, I think, you know? I thought they were trying to trick him, you know? But obviously, they started
It's
it's gonna get tougher as the day goes on.
We don't
What
know
if it's the same ones all day?
We actually don't know if that's the next thing we're doing, too. Like, that might have been the only crack at that game that we're doing.
That's a great point. We have no idea.
There are no other Pokemon to choose from, by the way. Those 5 are it.
Yeah, is Silhouette, anything else is anything else. Those ones are clear, I would say.
Exactly.
We're going to have more amazing stuff as we get set up. Obviously, each game has a different, exciting setup on stage. Each stage is going to interact with each game in a different way, which is going to be really cool throughout this weekend. We're getting set up for Go right now.
Yeah, unfortunately for everybody at home, they selected us to carry you through this experience. So we're going to do our best.
Yeah, we're going to do our best.
We're certainly not going to do our worst.
Well, I mean, maybe.
But it's not intentional. If that's how it happens, it wasn't intentional.
Can I tell you what we're dealing with right now, just so you all at home know? We're pretty sure that somewhere there is a t-shirt gun, and we've asked for it maybe 150 times.
I pitched this idea 4 years ago, and I think the real travesty is we might actually have them for this event in the arena, and the only person they won't let use it is me.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna let us have it.
It's just a gutting
I
experience.
don't know fucking
What?
pee and you.
Where is it?
Okay, so
This is banana
so
land.
unbelievable.
I am livid.
Give us the t-shirt guns.
Please. We get one, right? We get one. Okay.
We get one?
We get one.
That's all right.
Okay, we
Can
do
see
get
this
one.
on camera?
What a mistake. Oh, now we're back this way.
Why do they keep switching?
This is wild work.
Our
okay, we're
producer,
here.
Luke says we get to hold the
cord.
t-shirt gun one time. One time? All right.
Hold it or like
hold you
fire
to
it?
that.
We get to fire it. Oh, heck yes. Okay.
Okay, one time. Wow.
What's the range on this thing? I want to make somebody in the top bowl real happy.
A lot.
It's like, can I go across? What? Hold on. What's a lot? Can I go like across top?
150 feet? I have no idea how long that is.
Okay, get the measuring tape. We need to figure this out.
I'm gonna figure it out.
Can somebody figure out the 150-foot radius from our casting booth?
Yeah.
We need to know who the lucky winners are
Someone
going to
in the
be.
crowd, wave your arm if you think you're about 150 feet away.
Who's at
They think they're about 150 feet away.
That is an ecstatic group of 150. Top Bowl over here had a real chance. No excitement whatsoever. Not getting a T-shirt.
Not kidding. Oh, I think they're 150 feet. Brother,
Okay.
you are 75 feet tops and you know it.
There's a good chance if we fire right there, they're getting snuffed out.
They're telling us there's a safety on this thing.
Not when it's in our hands.
Is it on?
Okay, so I just got to push the safety and fire.
Wait.
Okay, hold on.
Is it good to go?
I feel like
so the safety is off?
No, the safety is on.
Safety's on.
Can we just take like a Men in Black-esque picture right now?
Don't hum it.
Why didn't they give this to us? Who knows? Why weren't we part of the planning?
I'm
okay,
gonna send
you're
mine
going this way.
Yeah,
You've
I'm gonna
got
send
to.
it this way.
Okay.
You want to fire it off first?
I mean, I guess. I will assassinate somebody in the front row if I go too close.
It can't be you.
We got to put a depth chart.
can't
Start
be
recording.
you.
We're going right over you here.
All right.
Here we go. I'm sorry, you guys are too close. That is a safety issue. Here we go. We're going. Oh, I see him. Single kid up there. Whoa!
Yeah, baby.
Well done. Well done, me.
All
well
right.
done, you. Single-handed grab. Put that. Da-na-na.
Beautiful. Guy with the Swiffer, I'm aiming right at your head, buddy. All right. I don't know who's going to get this, but I'm sending it. Maybe the no look.
The no look? No.
No way!
No look going nowhere.
One more shot.
One more shot.
Give it.
Well, now you got to give
Well,
me
now
one.
I know 150 feet's
Well,
like
you got to go like over here.
He knows now that 150 feet
Lump me
is
up
like
that I
2
can do.
feet.
BS. He doesn't get 2 and I only get 1. Malarkey. How much? Okay. Oh, how long do I have to hold this? 3 seconds. Better make it 5.
All right, you ready?
Oh, you want to do like a twofer, like all like one knee go low, you go over top?
Yeah.
It's gonna be a cool shot. This is definitely only about us.
You down.
Okay, where are you going? You going like this way?
Well, we kind of already went that way. I'm heading this way.
You're
actually.
heading this way?
Yeah,
All right, I'm gonna go straight.
Yeah.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Go! Oh, didn't take the safety off. There we go. Oh my! Yo!
No.
I am the best! I looked awesome.
What's happening?
I looked awesome. What? No, he doesn't. Are you kidding me? I'm not giving it.
This gun doesn't even, it can't even shoot a t-shirt more than 41 feet. I have no idea how far a foot is.
The lie detector determined that was a lie. Mine went a quarter mile. Section 309 looking real lie.
All right, we're going to send
We
it
have
to
another interview. We have another
I'm
interview.
I'm taking that. I'm positive.
No shot. 0.
Well, we're having a little bit of technical difficulties with the T-shirt cannon, so while we're going to take a look at that, my name is Gabby Sniper, and I'm here with Hannah, who showed up at 8 o'clock this morning for the Video Game Championship Finals tonight. Hannah, how does it feel to be up this early for something that's happening a long time from now?
I'm really excited.
Can I make it worth your while at least?
Yeah.
You're about to cut from the fucking gun it has me, bruh.
Pokemon names?
I think I'm pretty good.
Audience, how well do you think you can pronounce Pokemon names? Yeah? Yeah? All right, here's what we're going to do, everybody. So, Hannah, we're going to show a Pokemon up on the Jumbotron, and you're going to get a chance to pronounce that Pokemon name first. When the answer is revealed, everybody, I want you all to just say it with me. I'll count you in. And then, Hannah, if you get them all right, we will have a prize for you that will not be fired out of a T-shirt cannon at close range. All right, here we go. Let's see that first Pokemon. How do you pronounce this Pokemon's name?
Drapion.
All right, let's see it up there. Audience, are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Drapion. That's okay. Let's try again. Let's keep it going. All right.
It is Drapion. What are we talking about?
Illumise.
All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Illumise! Ha! Got you on that one. That is correct. That is actually correct. So, Hannah, do you want to take a moment to maybe recenter here? How you feeling?
A little nervous now.
That's okay. Do you know reading is actually very hard?
Yeah.
Do you know what happens when you play Pokemon games at a young age?
No.
You teach yourself how to read, and then you don't know how to say things.
Yeah.
That's what I did, so. All right, let's try this again. Let's see number 3. All right.
Yeah,
we just saw a lot of
I ain't
this
gonna
guy,
lie.
Right? Y'all were paying attention.
I ain't gonna lie.
Right?
I'm not sure if I'm feeling these hosts for real.
All right, Hannah, who's that Pokemon?
I'm not sure if I am.
Rayquaza?
Oh, can we get a hint maybe, audience? You want to give a hint? All right, Hannah, who's that Pokemon?
Rayquaza?
All right, let's count her in. 1, 2, 3. Rayquaza! Yeah, Pokemon Unite has your back. We video games have to help each other out. All right, number 4. Who's this Pokemon? Okay, I think us VG players know this, maybe?
Farigiraf?
I think that's right. Ready, everybody? 1, 2, 3. Farigiraf! Yeah, fun fact, that's actually Girafarig scrambled around a bit, and it's actually very hard to spell. I did teach myself how to read. All right, let's go. This is going to be our final Pokemon here.
Son, this is
another VGC favorite.
Yo, I'm gonna keep it a band. This shit is not cooking with me right now. It's not connecting with me.
3.
This ain't looking like it's the one for
Hannah,
me.
you got all of them right?
Yeah.
How's it feel?
Really great.
All right, well, why don't we go ahead and see what your prize is? Wow, it's a t-shirt! Now, Hannah, I know you said you're here for the video game finals, so I have to ask you a couple of questions. Do you have a favorite going into the finals later on tonight?
Geo?
And why Geo?
I'm also local to DFW, so.
Awesome. And if you had any advice for Geo going into the finals, what would that be?
There you go.
Don't lose.
Don't lose. You love to hear it. Do you have any shout outs you want to give to anybody watching, or maybe some of your friends back in the audience?
Yeah, Scarlett, Elle, Alex, Scraw, and Nathan are all here watching with me.
Awesome. Well, I hope that you have a lot of fun watching the rest of the games and that you're able to make it all the way to VG Masters Finals later on in the day. That's it for me here for now. Why don't we go ahead and check in with Butters and Caleb, who are all ready to go.
We gonna see how I feel about this. I hope it ain't I don't even know what those last 2 Mons were. I'm talking about Farigiraf and King Gambit?
Welcome, Pokemon trainers. We're here to kick it off for the grand finals of Pokemon Go.
And on one side, we have accolades and
Pokemon Go. I sleep.
On the other
I
side,
sleep.
great
I sleep. I
determination, and
sleep.
most
I sleep.
importantly,
I sleep.
maybe
I
a
sleep.
team
I sleep.
composition advantage
I
in
sleep
Fields of
so bad right now.
Second ever World Championships, 4th place last year, and now at least a top 2. Incredible feats. He is also the first ever representative from the last year. One of only 2
I'm gonna
this
keep it
year.
in bed.
as well.
I
So much
sleep.
pride and joy for this player from his region.
And if you've been paying attention this season, you have definitely seen Patoman. He was the 2025 European International Champion. He's also a regional champion in 2024 Gdansk.
We talked about it all weekend.
Damn it, man. Damn it, man. Are they all on the same day? At the same, like they're all on the same time? The fuck, man?
Pokemon Go. Patoman coming in
All
on the
right.
winner's side there. Hasn't lost a single series. And of course, Beelzebub. The only person to take him down is the man sitting across from him on the tables. Let's see if he could get redemption.
Because of course, this is a rematch.
I'm gonna see how this goes. I'm gonna watch one match. If I'm bored, I'm gonna end stream. I ain't gonna hold you.
1-3 in that matchup.
I ain't even eat today. I'm hungry.
Secured that winner side of the bracket. And in Pokemon Go, we have double elimination tournaments. So if Patoman is able to win this series, he will become the Pokemon Go World Champion. But
If he loses, that means we will have a bracket reset because Beelzeboy and Pokémon will be tied at 1 loss each, and we'll have another best of 5 for you to determine your 2025 Pokemon Go World Champion.
That's right, and you know, these are all, like you said, best of 5 games, can go the distance all the way to 10 games, like that first year we saw with Golden Hada and Dancing Rob. That would be absolutely epic. Let's not forget, you can also tie some games, so it might even go to 11 if you really want to push it.
Oh, absolutely, and Pokémon, I talked about it at the start. He has the accolades, he has the experience. He is a former IC champion, a former regional champion, but he's also coming off a 3rd place performance at the North American International Championships, a finalist performance in Sevilla as well. He's been a finalist early on in his career. It's a trainer that has competed multiple times in championship series and has had a ton of success. I was going through his list of achievements. He barely ever gets out of the top 8 when he's ending a tournament. Incredibly impressive. And then Beelzeboy, remember, he qualified for the World Championships this season by placing top 4 last season in Hawaii. So this is a trainer that has been on this stage before at the World Championships, but a trainer we don't know as much about in championship series and definitely has less reps than Pokémon.
Yeah, he's only played 2 tournaments on the big stage and on broadcast, and that's actually at the World Championships in back-to-back years. You know, an interesting story here, Two Butters. At the end of Yokohama World Championships in 2023, I was walking out the venue. Everyone was being ushered out, right? The event was over, and Beelzeboy comes up to me. First time I met him, he went as a spectator. He said, hey, like, I would love to compete here one day too. I didn't make it in the first 2 years, 2022, 2023. And look at him now. The following year, qualifying, being the only representative from India and getting 4th place, getting that auto qualification. He's back again, and now he has at least a top 2 finish. I can only imagine how he feels looking just 2 years back, thinking that he would be here at the grand finals.
And we heard it when Jim was interviewing him. It means so much to him. Like you mentioned, he's one of 2 trainers from the India region to qualify within the India region. Of course, Beelzeboy did it from the World Championships, and I believe both those trainers did make it to top cut as well, which is incredibly awesome performance from that region. But Beelzeboy able to qualify from last season, but he represents so much. He was saying he represents all the friends he has here, but most importantly, he represents all the friends that he has back home. This means so much to him. We saw last season, he got a little bit frazzled toward the end of day number 2 to not make it to Championship Sunday. Now he has a night to reset, to just completely refresh, and I believe he has a team composition advantage, and most importantly, he had a night to prepare. He had a night to practice. So it could be a totally different situation here on Championship Sunday than we saw at the end of day number 2.
That's right. Well, let's head over to the stage with Anna. Let's get these grand finals started.
Are you ready for
all this yapping, man? All this yapping. I'm just trying to see the game for real. That's all I care about.
Right to it.
Wake up in the morning, grab a Pokeball. Got a feeling that today I'ma catch 'em all. From my cap to the back and I strap on my pack. Every challenge that I face is looking laughable. Hey! Worked hard to prove this. Hall of Fame's on my to-do list. Tall grass stains on the brand new kicks, and I hold down B to the championships. Hey!
What to say to my opponent? Good luck. You're gonna need it. This is gonna be a fun match.
Nothing's gonna stand in my way. I've got a feeling it's gonna be a good game. It's gonna be a good game.
Please
Okay,
welcome to the
I fuck
stage
with
your
it.
Pokemon Go finalists. First, let's make some noise. Your champion from Spain, Baptoman! And from India, please welcome Beelzeboy!
just one quick moment with each of you. We want to talk to you about what's going through your head, what you need to do in this match. So as you head to your seat, what's going through your head right now, Pato Man?
I'm feeling really confident, honestly. I also want to play this final because Belzeboy is a friend of mine and also a teammate. So I hope he also enjoys the final, and let's see what's going on.
Yes, we love that. Having fun with your friends is the point, right? What about you, Belzeboy? What's going through your head?
I'm just here to play good games and put on a good show.
That sounds good to us too. Thank you so much. Let's hear it one more time for your Go finalists. Take your seats, and we'll get right into this match.
All right, it is time for the 2025 Pokemon Go Grand Finals. We have Patoman, we have Beelzeboy. Patoman looking really confident here. Beelzeboy just trying to put on a good show. He thinks the game is so amazing. He just wants to execute it at the highest level, put on an awesome performance. And remember, Patoman is super confident here, but he is a little bit vulnerable as well. He is coming off some losses, even though he won the matchup yesterday. I really believe anything can happen on Championship Sunday.
That's right. I mean, he said, you know, good luck, right, to his opponent. I think Beelzeboy is going to need a little bit of luck here because he has to beat Patoman not only once, but in 2 series as well. Let's hear, though, from their friends and family here on the floor.
Jim Lawson here on the floor with friends and family for Beelzeboy as well as Patoman. We have Jorge, Patoman's father, as well as BJ, friend of Beelzeboy. We want to ask them a couple questions, maybe get to know them a little bit better and get some words of encouragement. Let's start with Jorge. Jorge, you have seen your son play Pokemon Go for many years now. Tell me about the evolution that you've seen as him as a battler now that we see him making it to the world stage.
¿Ha visto a tu hijo jugar durante muchos años? ¿Cuál es la evolución que ha visto en su progreso en el juego?
Bueno, una evolución grandísima, le ha puesto muchísimas ganas y bueno, desde que es pequeño y juega, pues la verdad que lo animamos mucho y nada, muy orgullosos de él.
He has a great progression. He put a lot of effort into it, and since he was a little kid, he's been playing and he loved it.
We love to hear that. For Beelzeboy, BJ, obviously we don't get to see quite as much of Beelzeboy as we do Patoman on the regional circuit. For trainers that are just meeting him for the first or second time, what can you tell me about who he is and his skills?
I mean, he topped for World Championship last year, and now he is a finalist, hopefully winning. So that the consistency itself shows how great of a batter he is, and I believe he will do well and hopefully have fun here.
Well, do you have any words of encouragement or advice that you'd like to give him ahead of this match?
The level of play we see from him yesterday, for example, against a match against another friend of mine who is a player that is very good and I respect him a lot, Arrow. The level of play Beelzeboy have been playing and how he won that set against Arrow is just perfection. If he keep that up, I'm not worried and I think he got this.
That's right. We've seen some impossible victories, it seems like, from
W Mans. I'm not gonna lie. W support.
Jorge, I wanted to ask you as well, how are you feeling ahead of this match? Obviously, you're seeing your son participate in the biggest match of his life. What are your emotions like right now?
¿Cómo te sientes ahora cuando está en el partido más importante de su vida?
No hay palabras. Nervioso, emocionado, agradecido y tremendamente, bueno.
There's no words, like he's really nervous, thankful to Pokémon, and there's no words.
Any final words of encouragement, Jorge, for your son? Anything you want to tell him before he locks into his match?
Las últimas palabras para tu hijo.
Pues nada, muchísima suerte, que le ponga lo mejor de sí y nada, que hagan un buen encuentro, los dos.
Good luck, to do his best effort and go for it.
All right, well, that's all we have. These trainers are getting ready. Let's hear it from the crowd. Who's excited for the Pokemon Go World Championships? All right, we're going to go ahead and kick it back to the casters. Caleb Butters, take us in.
Thank you, Jim. It's fantastic to hear from friends and family of these top-tier players. You know, I spoke a lot about Beelzeboy, but Patoman, we've watched him grow, really, in the circuit. And he's always been good at this game. First ever tournament, second place, and then second tournament at World Championships in 2023, gets that day 2, gets that top cut. third tournament, another second place. In fourth tournament, he wins his first regional title. Now, I think reflecting on last year, he definitely went through some ups and downs, right? Maybe not performing to his own standard after that first regional win, getting 81st place, only going 1 and 2 in last year's World Championships. But this year, he's on a completely different level. He's always been good at this game, but he's even better now. Getting second place at a regional, winning the European International Championships, getting third place at a North America International Championship, and now at least a top 2 at World Championships. It's so amazing to watch this young man grow to the player he is today. And honestly, you cannot be nothing but happy for him.
And that's why it was amazing to see from his father there, because we've seen the emotional moments between his parents in the past. We all remember at the 2025 European International Championships when he won it, he embraced his family. He has so much support. He's been through so much on his Pokemon journey. And remember, these are 2 young phenoms in the championship series. Beelzeboy is a young trainer as well. He has the heart of a champion. Can he prove it here today? And this team, I believe, actually has the team composition advantage against Paddleman.
That might be true. Paddleman, though, does have the set advantage coming from that winner's side, so that Beelzeboy has not only beat him once in a best-of-5, but twice in a best-of-5. And I don't know if anyone in the world is capable of doing it, but if there is one, it is going to be Beelzeboy. And you heard him talk earlier, too. Their friends, their teammates, they know each other well, and look at the accomplishments under their belts.
And we just have to break down this matchup for you all. I said it's a team composition advantage because Beelzeboy has a Galarian Moltres. And if you look at Paddleman's team, there is no Pokemon on his team that counters it. Yes, there are 3 Pokemon that can beat it in even Protect Shield situations. They are the Golisopod, the Cradilly, and the Fortress. Guess what? All 3 of those Pokemon get countered by the Shadow Annihilate, and the only counter for that Shadow Annihilate of Beelzeboy is the Galarian Corsola, which gets countered by the Galarian Moltres. Beelzeboy is in a commanding position, I believe, in this series to dictate the tempo. Galarian Corsola is going to be utilized over and over again for Paddleman, I believe, but let's hear it, Anaheim. We're about to get this 2025 Pokemon Go World Championships started. We got the Lapras into that Shadow Steelix. Shadow Steelix is running Thunderfang. It's going to be super effective, but has to deal with the super effective Sparkling Aura damage from the Lapras.
And look at those Thunderfang's damage add up. Lapras almost in the yellow at this point, almost half health. In comes the Psychic Fangs, guaranteed to deep up defenses of this Lapras, making this matchup worse and worse for Paddleman the longest into it. But he's going to leave, he's going to clear the debuff. He brings in Galarian Corsola, but in comes the Galarian Moltres, the hardest counter for it.
And this is the problem I was talking about, but at least this Corsola is going to be able to throw this super effective Power Gem into Beelzeboy and actually picks up the Protect Shield. Why not? Why not invest into this Galarian Moltres? It's so strong against Paddleman's team. Regardless, you're going to be able to get so much momentum here as he's about to reach for the fly to knock out this Galarian Corsola.
Oh, and he goes for the Brave Bird instead.
Oh, no way!
Slight miscue from Beelzeboy. It's going to be shielded up, and Paddleman's going to fight for switch advantage.
And now he's going to go for the next Power Gem. Has to give up the second Protect Shield, but it's not terrible. You might be able to Sucker Punch down. Remember, Paddleman's Switch Timer is getting close.
There's no way this is the gameplay of Pokemon Go.
And you're going to bank so much energy, you're probably going to get that Protect Shield.
Oh! He catches the resistance Sparking Aura on his own Lapras, banking the Brave Bird for later. What a huge play from Beelzeboy.
Not very effective on that Lapras. Predicted the combo play there, was able to swap out. Now there are no Protect Shields remaining. That Kanto Marowak has the Rock Slide that will be super effective, but first has to give up his Protect Shield against the super effective Sparkling Aria, and the Switch Timers are not up for Beelzeboy, so he is just sitting there. He's gonna bank up extra energy, throw the Rock Slide, which will surely knock out.
Expert maneuvering from Beelzeboy, forcing Paddleman to bring the ground type into the water type. You're putting yourself in a bad spot, but Paddleman just could not stay in that situation here, and now comes another Brave Bird, enough to KO the Shadow Marowak. Beelzeboy in a commanding position.
Riveting gameplay.
Does not have a Sparkling Aria
I genuinely cannot believe this is the gameplay of Pokemon Go.
Here, as Beelzeboy is going to take a commanding victory here in game number 1 of this grand finals.
And there it is, the Galarian Moltres. There's no answer on Paddleman's team, and if there is an answer, it's weak to Shadow Annihilate. Beelzeboy
Yo, I I sleep, bro. I sat through this bullshit for nothing.
Before throwing that brave bird on the Shadow Kanto Marowak, knowing
Oh, I sleep. I fucking sleep, yo. I'm calling it a day, fellas. I'm calling it a fucking day. I'm going get some food. I'm gonna eat something. Maybe I'll be back. I'm not 100% sure, but if I do come back, I'm probably just gonna play Unite. I'm not gonna hold you. If I don't, I'll get y'all tomorrow. If I do, then I do. So, peace, fellas. Have yourself a damn good one. We ball out, because this is not it. I'm gonna get food. It's crazy.
In the lead, also really strong